Well, hello everybody and welcome to IGN Plays Live. My name is Max Scoville and I'm joined today by Sean Pitts. We're going to be playing Dragon Ball FighterZ, presented by Bandai Namco, who make Dragon Ball FighterZ. Man, I'm glad this is a really good game because otherwise we'd be having a hard time being positive about it for 2 hours. But this game kicks ass.
Yeah, this game is genuinely very fun.
They have made dozens and dozens of Dragon Ball games over the years, and this feels like really one of the first ones that really just doesn't feel like a licensed game. It feels like a proper game.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they nailed it on this one.
And that's out today.
Yeah, it's great because...
Can you turn up the volume on the options menu? I turned it down for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be messing around here.
Music?
Yeah, we're both big fans of Dragon Ball, and you know, it's very cool. We get to kind of hang out and talk about Dragon Ball and play Dragon Ball video games for 2 hours. That's a nice thing to do.
When that came up in my email, I was like, yes, I'd like to do that, please.
Hell yeah. Let's see. I'm currently, we're watching the chat on Twitch, on YouTube, and on IGN.com proper. Please jump in there if you have comments, questions, whatever. Let us know.
So I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball games. I've played just about every Dragon Ball game from Budokai 1 when I was in like the 5th grade, all the way through. I've played
Well, that's
all
nice,
of them.
but that's only a few of them.
I know.
You gotta go way back.
I imported the Japanese fighting game,
Hyperdimension,
whatever it was called. I don't remember what it was
no,
called.
I was like I was in high school when Budokai first came out, and that was for a second that was like the really good Dragon Ball game because up until then it was like, you know, you get like Dragon Ball GT for PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah,
and
I owned that game.
That was rough. That was a rough game. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of stupid that we never just got like a straight up like, hey, here's a 2D fighter that delivers on the promise of a fighting game. But here we are, and it you know, it's
It feels good. It's not insanely hard to get into. I'm not a fighting game player other than Dragon Ball games, and like I feel like I got this down pretty quick. To the point where I'm competent.
Yeah, the whole thing with I think with a Dragon Ball game is if you're coming at it as a Dragon Ball fan, you want a game where you can just do the moves, where you do this, you know, you do a Kamehameha.
You don't want it to be too hard to do a Kamehameha or a Masenko Hara.
And it's kind of crazy how many of the games don't let you do that, you know. And it's not even that they're like really technical games, it's that they're just kind of like, I don't know, not cooperative. And in this case, they managed to, you know, make a game that's, it has the guts of a solid fighting game, but it lets you kind of, you know, button mash like a scrub and, you know, do Masenkos and Gallic guns and stuff like that.
Yeah, you feel like the characters that you're playing as, which is like one of the biggest parts for me. And it just, we're going to get to some gameplay. Mitchell, what are we doing first? Arcade? Alright, I'm going to run around as Hercule too, because Hercule's my player. Or Mr. Satan, depending on how you watch this stuff.
Yeah, I always like Mr. Satan better.
I do.
It's funny, but I mean, you can't just have a children's show with a character named Mr. Satan. That doesn't fly.
Yeah, it doesn't work out like that.
Let's see. YOLO 2000 on IGN says, is it always online? It is not. There's an offline mode. There's a whole story, which is ridiculous. There's arcade mode. Yeah, let's see.
I love the costumes that you can unlock to make characters look really cool. Give like nice alternate takes on their outfit. I'm not super caught up on Super.
I haven't even touched Super. I'm totally behind on that.
I've
been
love
sort of like
things that I have watched.
Tangentially aware of some of the stuff going on there. I watched the first kind of new movie that Toriyama was attached to.
Battle of the Gods?
Yes. Yes. I didn't see Resurrection of F, but I mean, I like Beerus and
Beerus is cool.
Yeah.
Whis is awesome.
I love like finding out that like they're like, all right, so there's some new characters, and like, all right, what have we got? And they're like, well, there's female Super Saiyans, and they're named after kale and cauliflower, and I'm like, that's
Nailed
Dragon
it.
Ball. That is people named after food who are hitting each other and blowing up canyons.
Nailed it. I like Battle of the Gods. I think Resurrection F is really like a movie.
Yeah, I think some people get mad at Dragon Ball when it's silly. Or they're like, oh, Battle of the Gods was stupid. I'm like, you know, Dragon Ball's always been sort of stupid.
Yeah, you guys remember the episode where Piccolo like got his government? Right?
Oh yeah, Goku's Ordeal. It's a fine episode. That really helps bridge the gap between the Android and Cell sagas.
Yeah, I mean, I was always wondering what they were doing.
Yeah.
I want to know more about Gohan's classes.
Oh, dude, I love all the weird slice of life stuff where it's, I don't know. There's one episode that I think they just cut out of the American release. I don't know if they put it in Kai or not. Probably not. It's a stupid filler one where like Gohan, when he's getting trained by Piccolo in that desert, runs away. He falls into a cave, and he befriends this angry robot that you find out is like, I think it belonged to like the Red Ribbon Army. And it's the whole episode is just Gohan in a cave talking to a robot. You're like, what does this do? Like, there are Saiyans coming to Earth. Like, they're gonna kill everybody.
Yeah,
Why are you
guys, this
talking
is
to this
serious.
robot, dude?
That's hilarious. Yeah. The greatest thing about this game for me is like it looks like how I would want a Dragon Ball game to look.
Yeah,
You know, like artistically, it's incredible.
it's finally there. I mean, I remember when Budokai first came out, feeling like the same way. But you know, that was on like a CRT TV, and I don't know. that was a
good
long
point.
time ago. You know?
Yeah, this just looks like it came straight off like of me watching it on Crunchyroll, you know. And
Yeah,
that was
it's
like
crazy.
As soon as this popped up at E3, and when I really saw it, I was like, I'm sold. Like I don't play fighting games, but like I'm gonna get good at this. This is gonna be what I do for a while.
Yeah. Now, obviously, nice S rank.
Thank you.
Now, the kind of way this breaks down, if you're unfamiliar with the game, is it's very similar to like Marvel vs. Capcom. It's 3v3. A lot about not just pulling off moves, but stringing combos together, which is hard.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at that.
It's actually easier in this game. What I just did looked impressive, but really I hit box a bunch of times, and then sometimes I hit triangle a bunch of times.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of button mashing here. I'm probably gonna not pull off some of the moves that I should be pulling off, but
It's a nice little intro
mostly
for-
I want to do like a Kamehameha wave and
Yeah.
shoot somebody.
So what we're using right now is the Goku Blue, Vegeta Blue, which is like their god forms in Super. And
Blue raspberry flavor.
Yeah. I like the energy. Like I think the look of Blue is cool, and then Goku Black, who is a bad guy in like the second or third saga of Super, and I don't know too much about him personally because I'm waiting for the dub.
Yeah, I know they get into like alternate dimensions, which is about the only thing you can do that like hasn't been done already.
Yeah, but they were like, hey, what if we made the bad guy look just like Goku, but we gave him pink hair? And everyone was like, I like that a lot. It's like Goku Rosé.
Yeah,
but it
he's
looks
got like
awesome.
the Potara earrings. I don't even know what's going on there. There we go.
Yeah, but he also he's got like this awesome special that I'll do in my next fight, which is like he has a pink energy scythe, and it looks. Oh, have you not seen it yet?
No,
it looks so good. His special is so cool.
Yeah, I like that they're including. I mean, they've got like Yamcha and Krillin in there. They've got the kind of like the diehard. Honestly, in the story mode, the way they introduce characters for the first kind of. The way you kind of like unlock them gradually is almost in line with how Goku befriended them in the original comic. Yeah,
That's super cool.
It's like the first person you meet is Bulma, and then it's I don't know. There's a whole weird thing about how you're like they kind of break the fourth wall where you're like the player are possessing Goku.
Oh, that's funny.
Oof.
Oh, yikes.
Here. Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet. That move, yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, so that's Goku Black.
Oh wow.
He is really fast. He's actually my favorite person to fight as in the game. So I haven't touched story or anything. I've just played multiplayer with all of my friends.
Okay, here we go.
And yeah, I like how you can have like Krillin fighting like the god of destruction. I think that's so fun. And like beat him.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
want them to
so
get weird
funny.
with that. We did a thing on Up It Noon this week of
Ooh, nice. Got the jump skills.
just like I want like goofy kind of almost like novelty characters. Like I want Mr. Satan, I want Bulma. Oh, come on,
No,
dude.
he missed you.
Oh, no, he didn't.
No,
No.
not
Oh,
that bad,
almost.
not that bad. Bulma, Chi-Chi.
Yep. I want Mr. Shu, Gohan's tutor, who whips him, which is messed up.
That is messed up. That is definitely messed up.
I'm doing real bad here.
It's all good. You're doing a lot. You mean he's not hit you with the Destructo just yet, which is good. Because that moves pretty. Ooh, big bang. No, yeah, I think it would be cool to get weird characters like I was always saying I want Pycon.
Pycon, that's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. That's a deep cut. I think that he beats up Frieza real bad in like the afterlife, and like I think that Pycon's a super cool character.
Pycon's neat, yeah.
That would be like a weird, but it's too niche, right? I think if they add the DLC characters that they're gonna add is gonna be people from Super.
Yeah.
Like the female
Which makes sense. Yeah, I really hope that they add some original Dragon Ball characters, or like Dr. Slump. Like if they got a Raleigh from Dr. Slump, that would be really cool.
That would be cool. Yeah. Or like Roshi.
Yeah, Roshi's
Roshi
kind of a
good one.
no-brainer.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one. I mean, Roshi in the, not to spoil too much, but there's a tournament in Dragon Ball Super that they're in right now.
Whoa.
This is
There's
it.
that
Yeah,
scythe.
that's
Oh my
it.
God! What did I do?
Yeah.
All right.
He's super cool. He's also very strong. Very strong character. in the game, like he's easy to use. His triangle combo has a natural down in it, so it's kind of hard to block unless you're blocking back and
Unless
down.
you're me and you suck. What am I doing? Okay.
That's a
There we go.
heavy
Alright.
attack. Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, he's my favorite. And he's so good. Look at that hair.
This game is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think my only complaint is that I wish that they had like the original Dragon Ball soundtrack or Dragon Ball Z soundtrack, which is like these weird kind of like disco trumpets, which got totally paved over with the American dub. But they've got like this kind of like they got some good like some ass metal, some rock and roll guitars.
Some stuff that I expect. Like when I see Dragon Ball, I'm like, that's what I want. But yeah, I definitely think it's been I've played the game for about 20 hours so far, just multiplayer stuff. So like I'm excited to jump into the story mode. I really want to like the arcade mode. Seems really interesting. I like the red V I got going on right now. It's way cool.
That's good luck. Let's see. We got some people in the chat here. All Day Headlights 1019 says, "Do you think it's worth the 60? Is there a season pass?" I don't think there's a season pass. I think that it's honestly one of those. I mean, they don't want to like fragment the user base or whatever. As far as I know, I could be wrong there, but yeah, it's a solid game. And it's a fighting game, so it's going to be like continue to be supported and everything. And I mean, it depends honestly how much you like Dragon Ball and how much you like fighting games.
Yeah, I think it comes down to like how much you like Dragon Ball, because I love Dragon Ball, and for me, this is a no-brainer. And this is the first fighting game I've bought in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this because I hope it winds up at Evo.
Yeah, that would be
because I know I know what's going on. I know what the moves are, and it's kind of cool because like watching the anime and it's like a primer and like what, like that's.
Oh, so actually, a cool thing about that attack is that he can keep doing it, and
really?
then at a certain point when he runs out of ki, he can keep doing it, but it hurts him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so you can actually kill yourself as Tien, a la the Cell Saga.
Yeah, when he's digging that whole swimming pool on that island.
Which I thought, like, when Mitch told me that, I was like, that's amazing. That's just the coolest.
Okay.
Like, little stuff like that is super cool. Like, if you're playing as 18 and you have Krillin on your team, her super, you can actually, usually 17 comes out and helps her.
Yeah.
But if she has Krillin, Krillin comes out and helps her.
Interesting. So Dual Screen Vision in our Twitch chat actually corrects me. There is a season pass. It's $35 for 8 more characters. So yeah, I mean, they're gonna keep adding them.
I'm gonna try.
Evo, of course, is the big kind of fighting game esports championship. I did a really cool thing last year. I think it was last year before, where it was me and Brian Altano, and we had a couple of like pro esports dudes training us in fighting games and teaching us how to do it, basically. And there's so much technical stuff in there, and it's kind of at this point, if you didn't grow up in arcades or you didn't have like that friend over your shoulder kind of coaching you, it's really hard to jump in. But once you get the hang of a few basic things, you kind of start to understand it. And then I watched Evo like that year, and I was like, oh, like I appreciate what's happening, and I understand like that. I mean, it's like watching a boxing match. Like there's really just two people, and you figure out who to root for.
And there's like very technical things that you wouldn't know unless you were looking for them. And like I don't play fighting games at that level. I think that's an interesting. Oh, looks like we beat this so far. All right. Yeah, so what I did there is since I'm already in God form, I went KO Ken on top of being in God form, and then Kamehameha'd that man. So like red and blue, it looks really cool. In Super, that's like a big moment, apparently. I haven't, again, I'm not
I need to
super
catch up on that.
Yeah, I think it's like, the dub is, they're almost at the Goku Black series, and I'm excited for that. Yeah, we can do story mode.
Yeah, so I guess the story mode is super funny in this. It's interesting because it's almost set up like kind of like a board game where there's you go from they're like bosses, but you have turns to get across this board. Oh, there's a whole Super Warrior arc.
Super Warrior arc.
I haven't done.
What I was saying before about Roshi too is he's actually involved fighting in Super. Like he's in a tournament of power, which is cool, and he does like pretty well. So I think that'd be cool to have him in the game too.
Should we do a new game? Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Sounds good to me. My mic's card.
Ant on YouTube asks, "Where's Baby Vegeta?" Baby Vegeta's gone. Dragon Ball GT is no longer canon. That doesn't count.
Oh yeah.
No Dragon Ball. So this is Zombie Super Saiyans, kind of weird. Yeah, basically, I still haven't finished this. There is, like I said, there is a story.
Got the Namekian dragon there.
Use that, Porunga. And there's a new character who's Android 21, which she's
cool.
cool. Yeah, I like her a lot. I think her design's great. It feels very much. It doesn't feel out of place at all.
That's good.
And I think Toriyama designed her, so that makes sense.
That does make sense. Yeah.
I mean, occasionally you see like I don't know, like a game will throw in like, oh, we've added a new character to the canon,
and it's like terrible. You know,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad that they had it. You know, it's always nice to have Toriyama involved. And GT, yeah, of course, not canon. You're probably not gonna see anything from GT in this game.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I didn't really like GT too much, so I really didn't, I wasn't too bummed out.
Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar, what happened was basically Akira Toriyama created Dragon Ball in 1984 as a manga that was published in Shonen Jump, and that ran I think until 1996. So like that dude was going kind of nonstop, and around shortly thereafter, after the manga became popular, it became an anime.
Good.
And all the filler episodes were trying to catch up with him when he was like still drawing. And if you read the collected manga, there are like letters that he writes, or kind of like little columns. Let's see what's going on here. Bulma's saying she's waking up as Goku. I know who that. Where am I? That's the question. We're in Bulma's yard. But basically, you can kind of track Toriyama's decline. Like the dude was burnt out. And then the Buu Saga ended, and he wanted to like end that series. And I mean, I think originally he wanted to end it after Cell.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was originally it was like Frieza.
Yeah.
And then they were like, do one more.
Kept dragging
and then he did Cell.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
They're like, do one more, and they did Buu, and then Buu was like 200 episodes.
But yeah, so I think he needed a break, and they basically were like, hey, can we keep going without you? And he's like, sure, whatever, I don't care. And so they made Dragon Ball GT, which is kind of like, you know, it's not his involvement, but he's come back for Super. So
yeah, well, the guy who drew GT mastered Akira Toriyama's style to the point where even Akira Toriyama was like, "Hey, great job! Like,
yeah,
you nailed it. This looks just like I drew."
Yeah, I think like the art, he got the art down, but the like the design sensibilities just feel like notably off. You know.
Someone asked, "What's wrong with GT?" Personally, I don't like the whole Kid Goku thing. Like, I don't like that when he turns into a child in the first episode and then like kind of stays as a kid.
I like the idea, but it was kind of trying to go back to the basics of the original Dragon Ball, but taking it into space the way Z did. I don't know. I don't like how. I think it's weird that Trunks wears a blazer with shorts.
There you are.
It's okay. It doesn't. I do like certain. I do like Baby to a point. But then it gets like kind of crazy and ridiculous. I think Super Saiyan 4 looks a little weird.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 rubbed me the wrong way.
I wasn't
like, okay, so you're like half an Uzaru, you're like a werewolf monkey.
But, you know, like, I'm glad people like it. That's like, it's not canon, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen every episode of GT twice. But, so then he got burnt out. They did GT. Now they came back, and in the canon, they did Dragon Ball Super, which is now ending. We have 8 episodes of Super left. The Tournament of Power is going to conclude, and then the series is going to end. Super picks up basically directly after Dragon Ball Z ends, which is interesting and a fun fact that...
It's right, but is it... Is Ubu in there?
No, Oob is not there yet. So, the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, you see Oob in the World Martial Arts Tournament, who is the reincarnation of Majin Buu, who trains with Goku, we think. But at that point in the timeline, this is where the timeline stuff comes in again. They mention that they haven't seen Goku in 5 years. But then Super starts right afterwards. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Like I don't understand how the timeline's going to add up.
It's kind of a silly series, and it doesn't really make a ton of sense.
No,
but in this case, we don't even know. I don't know when this is supposed to be because Android 16 shows up, and
yeah,
I mean it's made even more complicated by the fact that Saiyans don't really age, aside from occasionally getting haircuts that they can't undo.
Yeah, or like goatees,
or discovering new. Yeah,
yeah, that is true. Saiyans don't age. Bulma though, this takes place right after Bulma aging real well.
Yeah,
aging like
also
a fine wine. You would say
all cartoons. Yeah,
that's also true.
They make some cracks about Bulma's age in this.
Yeah,
so this is the very beginning of story mode. If you're just tuning in, do you want to jump on?
There
you go.
Jump on some comments. Do this stuff. Conor McGregor would destroy these bums.
I think a lot of people would destroy us as bums. We are.
I think it's talking about the Dragon Ball characters.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know how that fight would go out.
All right, so this is... Oh, God. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh, God, why did I do that? I should have skipped the explanation. All right, come on. Stop.
Hit him with a blast. This is a fight that never actually happened. But I mean, it's funny because Android 16's entire purpose in life is to kill Goku.
Right. Well, so the whole thing is they reprogrammed to not do that, and then he comes back and he refers to there being a different 16. And they're like, "What? We remember you."
That's how it's
Okay, I
done.
passed that.
We're doing some tutorial stuff right now.
Okay, on to the next one. You take it
Who
away.
is the best character and why is it Majin Buu? Kid Buu in this game is broken. Incredibly strong.
Yeah, Kid Buu's always been overpowered. That's kind of part of the character, I feel like.
In this game specifically, though, if you're looking for a quick, easy character to use, I recommend using Buu. Because this triangle combo is like nonsense, and it's insanely strong. That's the good thing is that all the triangle combos in this game lead into a super if you have a key gauge. So if you just hit triangle a bunch of times, you'll Kamehameha somebody every single time. Yeah, someone says Super is right after Buu, but before the last episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, because there's like a giant time jump in that. And that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just interested to see.
I mean,
Akira Toriyama doesn't always remember what he does.
Yeah. Also, I mean, it's the same. It's like the same deal with like American comics, where it's like, okay, well, Peter Parker was in high school in the '60s. How is he like? How is he still like a young man fighting crime in this day and age?
Yeah.
But it's not real. They're making stuff up and they're always doing weird stuff. All right, so Beerus and Whis showed up and they're like, "What's going on here? Why are you hanging out with Roy Batty from Blade Runner here?"
Oh, that's interesting. I missed this in Super. Somebody says Vegeta says that Saiyans retain their fighting power into their 80s and don't age like normal humans. In Super, apparently. That's cool.
Huh.
That makes sense.
Well, we know they don't age. I mean, there's a whole. I love that they get until the Cell Saga and they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't. Our hair doesn't grow." And they're like, "Oh crap, really?" Which is messed up because that means that like Gohan gets his hair cut. First of all, it does grow. You see it grow. Oh, I guess he's half Saiyan, so that's weird.
yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
What's left over?
Yeah, that was weird that they didn't Vegeta get a haircut in GT?
Yeah, he had shorter hair. I don't like that.
Mysteriously grew a mustache.
Yeah. And he wore like those gloves with no fingers.
That's real weird.
I'm like, what are you doing, Vegeta?
Yeah.
Come on,
I do
man.
like the part where he's training Bra how to drive, and these dudes come up and they're like, they start hitting on her, and he just rips the steering wheel out, and they drive off the cliff.
Yeah, that is.
Like angry hockey dad Vegeta is like a good, it's a good interpretation.
This is Whis. You meet him in Super. He's with Beerus. Beerus is like the god of destruction.
Yeah.
And him and Goku form a relationship after Battle of the Gods because Goku has like potential.
So basically, in the story for Fighters, I'm currently like talking to Goku I'm in my soul or in his soul. He's like paralyzed.
Interesting.
I, the player, have possessed Goku. So
I like the fourth wall break. That's actually pretty fun.
It's a fun way of doing it. You can kind of if you really suspend your imagination, you can feel as though you exist in the Dragon Ball universe.
I mean, that's how I always. That is the reality that I live in.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. I mean, you go home and you train. You go to the dojo and you do exercises, and I go home and I watch my exercise videos wearing my Hawaiian shirt and my sunglasses.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
As dense as
I wear a pink shirt that says Bad Man on it.
Wait a sec.
I don't actually do that, but I should.
I've been tempted to get one of those.
And if that wasn't enough,
Ricky asks, what is your favorite GT saga, even though you haven't seen it? Or even though you didn't really like it. Like I said, I like Baby. Like, Baby's a cool villain. I think it gets a little nonsensical at some point, but it's pretty cool.
You can thrash him for
I mean, I like the beginning of it. I think that they brought back Pilaf, right? And they're all like old and stuff, and they use the Black Star balls to like wish Goku to be a kid again, so they can beat his ass. But yeah, I like that. I again, like my big thing is I love original Dragon Ball. And obviously, I kind of backed the wrong horse because clearly Dragon Ball Z is the bread and butter.
Yeah, I liked Dragon Ball a lot. It was on Toonami when I was a kid, and I watched quite a bit of it.
My big recommendation is everyone should just go and read the entirety of the manga because it's like there's no filler. It goes as fast as you can read, and it's like it's evenly paced, And it also you realize that like the fact that we refer to Dragon Ball and Z as separate things, it's all one story,
Yeah.
And there are these kind of periodic breaks, like where Goku suddenly disappears and he comes back and he's like an adult, or he's older, or he's dead, or whatever. But I like those sort of time breaks. All right, so they're talking a lot about waves and how basically there's the universe is all quirky and Also, I love that because they're just gods of destruction. They show up and they're like, "What's going on over here?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got some problems? That sounds boring. Anyway, let us know when you fix them and when you have food."
I like Beerus that he doesn't destroy the planet because it's got like good food. He's like in love with sushi. I thought that was like such a funny, like so funny.
He's a kitty.
And like Whis too is like well, we had this thing called pizza, and it was really good.
It's so funny.
All the headlines says, who do you hope they add into the roster? I want Zarbon and Android 19, really bad.
Android 19 and 20 would be really cool.
That would be
if they
cool.
got them in there.
That would be cool.
I mean, just the fact that we got 16 and 18 is good. I mean,
Yeah.
Just get some Android
And
representation.
17 is in there.
Yeah.
He's like the assist character for 18, which is pretty neat.
16's like always just been probably my favorite character. Him, oddly enough, him and Trunks are kind of my two, future Trunks.
Future Trunks, yeah, that makes sense.
And I like some of the. I mean, I like Goku because he's, how could you not like Goku?
The great thing about Future Trunks is anybody who is watching Dragon Ball Z, it's like one of the greatest moments of my childhood. Was the first time you see Trunks come in and cut Frieza in half, and then just
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, did you know what was happening?
No,
Like, did you know?
I had no idea.
So I had that was like the early days of going on the internet for like me and my friends, and like that's around when I got into Dragon Ball. But we knew what would happen. Like we knew that there were things that were coming up. Like we knew Cell was a character. We knew that Boo was a character because that stuff had all aired in Japan, and people had watched like bootlegs and dubs or subs of it, and like I was like, what? I sort of know what happens next. I just don't know how it happens. And like I knew that Frieza sort of showed up, but then got brutalized. But like, so it was less of a surprise for me.
oh, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
And like for me, it was like I was watching on Toonami every day from 5 to 6 o'clock was 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
And it ruled my life. And
Dude, I used to set. This is how old I am. I used to set my VCR every day
oh really to record
it, and I would get home and I'd watch like an hour of like taped
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, taped Dragon Ball.
Yeah, so I came in and I had just finished the Frieza saga, and then we get those filler episodes, and I'm like, whatever. And like for me as a kid, it was like the first thing I remember watching, like being like, I have to watch this. This is the coolest thing ever. And then Frieza's back. I'm like, oh man, Frieza's back. And then this guy with a sword shows up, goes Super Saiyan, and kills Frieza in 1 episode. And I was like, the level. I remember being like
so cool.
9 years old. I was like, the level has just been elevated, ladies and gentlemen. Like this guy is the coolest character ever.
Well, it was like a soap opera. You know? I would watch it every. I'd get so mad if like my VCR screwed up, or if I missed it, or I got behind or whatever. Like I had to watch it every day, every week, whatever. That continued like all through high school for me. Like I was like tracking a lot of that stuff. Honestly, like part of the reason I haven't gotten into Super is that like I don't know, in high school you get out at 3 o'clock and you go home and you're like unsupervised for several hours, and maybe you do homework, maybe you watch anime,
Maybe
but
you
like
watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, now it's like I get home at like 6:30. I'm like
Yeah.
I could have watched 3 hours of anime.
For me, it's like I sit down and I watch giant chunks.
Yeah.
So like I'll make a day where I'm like, it's a Saturday, all my friends are busy, I'm gonna watch 12 episodes of Super today.
I'm getting back into building Gundam models, and maybe I'll do like I'll go like fully 15-year-old and just put on some DBZ dubs in the background.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I miss like the really early Dragon Ball Z dubs that were just like the bad voice actor, the Ocean dub. Mm-hmm. Were you around for any of that?
No.
Like,
I've heard of it though. I've heard people talk about
it. It's so bad.
Someone says real quick, Janemba would be a fine addition to the game.
I
don't think Janemba's canon.
No,
the movie canon
with the exception of Garlic Jr. I don't think any of them are.
Because he would be awesome. So would Broly, but they're not technically canon.
I think Broly's a safe bet just because he's such a fan favorite.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be the only non-canon character in it. But like, you see somebody who looks just like Broly in Super, but he's not Broly.
Weird.
It's like an homage to Broly.
Huh.
Anyway.
But yeah, so you're talking about bad dubs.
Dude, they're so good. God, there's a part where like Yamcha's talking about like having to do like a cat food commercial. And he's like, "Cat loves food, yeah," or something. And you're like, what? What were you doing? I don't know. There's people have gone through and kind of mined it for like the best like goofy bits.
Yeah.
So this is for the story mode. You basically have to like kind of pick your little path here. Down here, I can unlock Krillin. Just kind of cut through Tien.
You know what I liked a lot was there was a Budokai game, I forget if it's Tenkaichi or Tenkaichi 3 or something like that, where in between fights you got to fly around.
So, weird piece of trivia, that is a thing that Bandai Namco patented.
Really?
And the idea of having a mini game within a loading screen.
That's super cool.
That's the only reason only Bandai games have that. I think they have it in a couple like soccer games, but yeah, flying around in the Nimbus.
So someone's saying Cooler is canon. I know they talk about Frieza's brother in Super a little bit. And Frieza coming back is my favorite thing about Super. Because Frieza comes back and he's like achieved this new form that is like basically equivalent to Super Saiyan God. And he is so cool. It's just like, it's the coolest thing when he came back. And that's why I really want you to watch specifically Resurrection F.
I really should, yeah.
Because like, I'm a big Vegeta fan. Vegeta's my favorite character in Dragon Ball. Without a doubt. Nothing super close. And, oh man.
I don't think I didn't even have to do that. I'm just kind of, it's still like, here's the tutorial, and I'm like, nah, I'm just
gonna
going to
command man this guy.
I'm going to vaporize him.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. The story's fun. It's a little bit slow. You got to get through some reading, but there's some good goofs in there. The Ginyu Force shows up, which is really funny.
Oh yeah, the Ginyu's a weird character.
Yeah, but his whole squad. Also, I love that. I think people sometimes forget this, but the fact that the whole Ginyu Force is just named after dairy products. Cheese, butter, yogurt. I mean, Ginyu means milk. Let's see. How do
Someone
we go?
says, and this is the character that I want to see added into the show, into this game the most, Bardock. Bardock would be an amazing addition, in my
Bardock's
opinion.
alright.
I
I don't
love
know.
Bardock. I think he's so cool.
He's just Goku in Vegeta's armor, though, you know?
Yeah, but that's cool. Vegeta has awesome armor.
I was never wild about the Bardock saga.
I'm a big Bardock fan.
He's alright. I think somebody was saying they wanted future Gohan, who's got the one arm, which is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty sick.
would
All the
be
scar.
cool.
He just looks like Yamcha. He's got like scars
Yeah,
on
he's
his
got like a
face.
scar in his face. There's a great fan theory that like Yamcha is someone. It's like someone's actual father. But
I'm sure he's got a few kids floating around there somewhere.
Yeah, Yamcha's a rascal. Brian Wright's Code says the patent for Bandai Namco's thing is expiring this year.
Okay.
It's about to
We
expire.
might start seeing mini games in loading
Yeah,
screens.
FIFA has already
Local battle.
started putting it into loading mini game screens.
Yo, dude, should we go online? Or you want to fight?
I'll fight somebody online.
Okay.
I'll fight one of them.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
Do you a casual match? So I booted this up last night. I've been playing the story mode because I'm a doofus, and I was like, I'm gonna go online, and I started up and I'm like waiting around. I got bumped out of the server and I was like, I loaded back in again. I was like waiting for a thing and I was like, well, it certainly is busy. And I look at the clock and it's like 9:02 p.m. and I'm like, oh, it just came out. Like it literally just came out. And my dumb self was like, this is the perfect time to go online.
That's funny.
Oh, well there we go.
Oh, here we go.
So clearly they've fixed that and
This
ironed
man
those out.
wants to fight you, Max.
Yes, I will fight him.
Here comes a mighty warrior.
I'll be the judge of that.
Gallifrey Rises says, I love both Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods. Brilliant movies. I love your handle because I love Doctor Who. I have a Doctor Who tattoo.
You really?
Yeah.
Weird. I
Half
didn't
my
know that.
arm is Doctor Who tattoo.
I had no idea. You've got a what is it?
A Weeping Angel.
Weeping Angel, yeah.
Unrelated to Dragon Ball, but
Yeah.
I like your name. I love those movies too. They're great.
I always like the Dead Zone a lot because that actually, weirdly enough, kind of irons the gap between the end of the Piccolo saga of Dragon Ball and early DBZ. And it's just got like late Dragon Ball is like weirdly like medieval. Like Piccolo shows up and he's a demon king and he's like, I don't know, burning cities. And there's something very like creepy about that, you know?
Yeah.
boy.
I didn't even know that was.
Oh, I'm gonna get this.
When I started watching Dragon Ball Z, I missed the Raditz saga. I started at the Vegeta saga. And I didn't even know that Piccolo was ever a bad guy.
Yeah, that's one of those things they didn't really know how to convey that. That's why I think it's screwed up that so many people haven't gone into Dragon Ball. I'm doing so horrible here.
It's okay.
Good God. Okay. All right.
Beerus is tough. He is a god of destruction, and that man just picked. He's a cat man. Ooh, he's got big bangs there. Oh, and another big bang. I like it. I like the strategy here.
Just what? Hit him?
Hit him. Yeah. Shoot the energy stuff at him. Ooh. Who's your team?
Well,
you got Cell, Krillin. and
Yeah, I
Super
didn't.
Saiyan
I didn't
Vegeta.
even pick it. So I'm.
Oh, did you go random?
I don't know what I did.
Big blue Cell. Oh, I know what this is. This makes sense.
What? Dragon Ball FighterZ?
No.
Yeah,
Why?
you just wake up?
Your team. It's like you pick them in the menu beforehand in the game.
Yeah.
So this is actually Mitchell who reviewed this game. You guys can check out that review on IGN.com. We liked it a lot. Got a lot of good things to say. Someone asked, "Is this game worth buying?" I think so.
That's a question we get every time we stream games, and that really depends on how much you like the game, what it's about, what it looks like to you. Everyone's different.
Yeah. Someone asked real quick, what is SSGSS? That is the type of break-in Vegeta. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Is it pretty sure that's what that stands for? Yeah? Alright. They're getting me okay from our Dragon Ball expert.
I wish they just kept numbering it,
Yeah.
Just call it like 4.5 or something.
Yeah, like a PlayStation. It's
Yeah.
just a Super Saiyan God Pro. It's got more teraflops.
Yeah.
To handle even more energy.
Honestly, I think it's hard to top Super Saiyan 3. Like, your eyebrows explode off and you grow a mullet. Like,
That
that's
is
pretty
true.
terrifying.
I mean, yeah, this is to go
Man,
even
I-
further beyond. Is he gonna want a rematch? Because I'll take him in a rematch.
Lord Beerus.
I did not win.
Yeah.
You want to go again?
Hit X, I think. Is it? Yeah. Hit rematch. I'm not familiar with this team at all.
So, clearly, I spent my high school not so much practicing fighting games, but really more doing some Dragon Ball fan art. Perhaps the next time we're stuck in a loading screen, we can show some of these off. They're not great. They're not great, but I still have them.
This is the first time I've played online.
All right, everyone wants to see us playing as Hit. That's
Okay.
cool. So yeah, this is really cool. Over on IGN.com, we have a chat built in. You can watch the stream over there, and we do polls. You know, literally nobody wanted us to play as Ginyu or Nappa. So
Oh, that's good because I don't like playing as either of those characters particularly.
Nappa just looks like somebody's stepdad.
Yeah, he does. Oh, missed me. So I was playing with Mitchell, one of our guys here, and he just trounced me with Cell. It was real bad.
Mitchell's kind of a beast. We had he's sitting right there. He's blushing probably. We did a Super Mario Odyssey thing where it was like one of the really crazy like dark side like challenge run mode things. And it was like, let's see who can do it the fastest or whatever. And he did it in like one sitting in like 23 seconds or something. We're all like, what the? Like this doesn't even make for a good video. So, thanks, Mitchell. Oh, somebody voted for Ginyu, I think.
Oh no. I hate Ginyu. So I'm getting revenge for you.
Good.
Oh man, he karate shot me. Oh, he hit me with this. So this ult's actually really cool. I've never actually seen somebody use it live. Switch out there. I'm being a little too aggressive. I gotta back it off.
This game is so like ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Is they've got this whole thing where you can watch replays, and I'm guessing they just kind of record the code and the button inputs that are happening, and then reenact it for you because there's no loading time, there's no buffering. It's just kind of like it just kind of recreates the match, and it's really neat that if you want to watch pro players, you can turn on like the button inputs, and it'll show you like what they're hitting to make the explosions on the screen happen.
I don't trust you for a second.
He wanted a rematch. All
let's
right. Rubber match.
Brigade Leader Haruhi Suzumiya says, read the chat here, and my younger brother drew an epic Super Saiyan 3 Goku last year or so ago. I'm glad to hear that Dragon Ball fan art drawing is still going on, and it will always go on. I sometimes just draw, like, I'll be like at a bar, and I'm like, I hope nobody notices, but I really need to draw Go Tanks right now.
Well, when I was a kid, the only thing that I wanted to do was learn how to draw Saiyans. So everything that I'm not a good artist by any stretch, but everything that I drew kind of looked like a Saiyan.
Well, like, I mean, I went to art school, like, I was going to school for illustration for a minute, and what's funny is, for, like, a chunk of high school, I was really into just trying to ape Toriyama's style, and really trying to get it, and not really nailing it, but kind of learning these sort of muscle memory ways of drawing certain things, and I basically scrapped it. I was like, I'm bad at drawing anime stuff, I'm never going to be a manga artist. I don't know why I ever thought I would be. But then I kind of came back to it, did more like painting and weird stuff. And it's funny because little bits of the way he draws things still kind of make it into how I draw stuff. Like I love the way he draws ears. I love his sort of his eyebrows, and like he's like this kind of. If you look at like the art for Dragon Ball Z, they'll get like quadruple scrunched like eyebrow lines. There's just like lines shooting out of there. Like, wow, you're so angry, squinting so hard.
So, fun fact, playing this game, Beerus is the only character in the game that I have a legitimately hard time playing against, no matter who is fighting.
That's fitting.
I don't know why, personally. I think it's because he has a really hard combo to block. Oh, God. His triangle combo or his box combo is incredibly hard to block. It has a natural interrupt where he goes behind you. And it just makes it, it's like,
yeah, I'm honestly, like, I'm so stupid for just, like, playing through the story mode first. I should really have been, like, I don't know, practicing. There's a whole, like, this whole practice mode that, like, takes you through all the combos for different characters, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like as far as like hella technical fighting games go, this has a lot of training wheels on it if you choose to engage with them, and if you don't, you can go in here and fight the purple cat and get your ass beat.
Yeah. Oh god. I've never touched Cole before. Oh man. So that's sparking. Sparking's an interesting technique where you get all of your health back that's taken with energy.
It's kind of like a KO can for like everybody, right?
Yeah. Oh, this guy's beating the brakes off me over here. I gotta step it up. Come on, big blue cell. I look like the cells that come out of the other cell. Oh man, that attack is super good. I just keep running
You guys have any questions? Here's a great question. This is a terrible question. This is from Brendan Graber, who works for IGN. He does the guides and stuff, and apparently has not enough games to work on because he's coming up with this kind of question. If Ginyu used his body swap move on a Goomba possessed by Mario and Cappy, who would Ginyu change places with?
The hat, probably, right?
I think the Goomba.
Is that? Oh, maybe.
I think the Goomba. I think it would be kind of like, I think like Mario and Cappy would go flying, and then Ginyu would, you know, be like a mushroom man, little Goomba.
So we beat him. We ended up beating the guy.
Beat the cat.
We beat that
Look at
cat
those,
out.
look at those little brows. Look at that. Looks like a little butt between Vegeta's eyes. Look at that. He's got his pointy little nose.
Oh man, I'm gonna pick my couple of my characters real quick. How do I do that, Mitchell? Do I edit it in settings?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like my Hercule. Real
Yeah,
quick.
just, hit start and then customize and edit team. Yeah.
Edit team.
There you go.
Cool. So I'm gonna take this team. No, edit. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go. Goku Black is my favorite character. So, oh wait, are they picking our team? So they want us to use Hit?
Yeah, we definitely want Hit.
Okay.
Who do you guys want in our team? Let us know. And you know,
I like Goku Black a lot, and then Gohan are like two characters I really like playing as. Let's see. I have similar questions. Okay, cool.
I have Quash.
Oh yeah, I guess who does Ginyu possess if he hits it with Gotenks?
I think he would keep Gotenks unless there's something funny in the Potara earrings that like blocks that, you know, and then it would just explode Trunks and Goten separately.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I do like that you could do that in the game. Like Ginyu can switch bodies. That's his super, and then he takes the other character with whatever health they have. So if you get beat up real bad as Ginyu, you could jump into the other character.
That's
It's pretty cool.
That's ridiculous.
Got Kid Buu here, who's really good. Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta, Beerus the Catman. Trunks. Teen Gohan, who's really good. Frieza.
That bugs me. I never thought of him as Teen Gohan. I call him like Cell Saga Gohan. I always thought Teen Gohan was when he's in high school and he's the Great Saiyan Man, but apparently that's like adult Gohan.
That's adult Gohan.
All
Great
right,
Saiyan Man.
Let's be Gotenks.
Gotenks, okay. Where's my Gotenks?
So everyone wants to see Hit. Should we throw in Yamcha for good measure?
I guess.
I think Yamcha's great. He does the Roga Fufuken.
Yamcha.
The Wolf Fang Fist.
I know that it's a thing being good with Yamcha. I just don't know if people are good as him. This is a tough team. I wouldn't want to fight this team, but you know, I'm a normal person.
Oh, Epic Reviews is calling me out. I said Potara, referring to the earrings of fusion,
dance.
But the fusion dance forms Gotenks. My bad. You called me out. I'm sorry. I didn't memorize the correct way that the cartoon characters fused together in the anime series that I watched and drew the stack of fan art of 15 years ago, half my lifetime. Yes, I'm sorry you caught me. I'm a fake Dragon Ball fan. Take my Dragon Ball fan club badge and have a Toriyama come over and kick me in the buttocks. Give me a break, man. Come on.
So Mitchell, how do I start the matchmaking?
Go to go to World.
This man? Oh no. This man. Hello. No, I don't want to. So I'm already matchmaking. I just gotta kind of wait.
All right, we got a good cold dose tiger. Now what though? I'll learn how to read later. Vegito and Kefla have a baby. What happens next? The baby explodes and takes half the planet with you. Probably. I don't.
It's a very strong baby.
I don't see that going too well. I feel like that baby would just be made of like pure energy.
Yeah, probably. So you walk around the lobby as these little cute little characters, and Mitchell has some of them unlocked They do have Piccolo with his hat on backwards, like the backwards cap Piccolo.
Yeah, they've got some deep cut stuff in there.
And that's perfect for.
So what's neat is that there's like basically it's you earn Zenny right now. Mitchell has almost 30,000 Zenny, and for like 1,000 you get like a Hoi Poi capsule that lets you
unlock
get a new, and it's all just little skins like that, or it's like little emotes or whatever.
Yeah, it's nothing too powerful.
Yeah, it's all cosmetic, and then you know.
Except I think you unlock Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta like that too, and they're quite a bit. So I'm using Hercule because I think that's super funny, or Mr. Satan. But they have like some Ginyu with the white armor, which is like really cool looking. Kid Buu and a bunch of different colors of Kid Buu.
Oh, I don't like that gray Kid Buu.
You don't like gray Kid Buu?
I don't like it.
I like it.
He just looks like a shark, kind of.
He does kind of look like a shark with a big
That's
antenna.
weird.
They got Fat Buu, which is a good one.
Hey, that's Mr. Buu.
That's Mr. Buu, sorry. Not Nappa.
They keep doing some of the color combinations. They remind me of like other characters, and I can't quite figure out like who. Yeah.
Yeah. Got Android 16 here.
I don't like it.
Pink is my favorite.
I don't like it.
I got Pink Gyu Goku on mine.
Wait, go back with the orange one. He looked like he was like Voltron or something.
That's super cool.
Yeah, he looks like a Power Ranger.
It's got like, it matches his hair. I got Yamcha, Adult Gohan, Tien. I'm a big Tien fan. Hit, who I don't know much about. These guys glow, which is cool. Got a nice Catman here.
Are we ready to jump in a game yet, or are we still waiting?
I think we're still waiting, right? Searching for match in the bottom?
Yeah.
God darn. It's taking a long time. So we'll just keep going to these little, oh no, that's it. I've run out of content. Oh, they got Cop Krillin, which I like a lot. I want to get Cop Krillin. And then we also have Yamcha with in his baseball outfit.
I love that.
Haha. Buy a Z capsule. Buy a Benny. Buy from one side.
Everyone's very mad at me for getting mad at that one guy for getting mad because somebody got mad at me for being wrong about the earrings that the cartoon men wear.
You know, just ooh, let's see. I thought we had a match here. Yeah, I like this. Like this kind of. He's scary. Majin Buu. Kid Majin Buu is a scary character, in my opinion. He always freaked me out as a child. Him in the second form of Frieza like gave me nightmares.
Really? Second form Frieza was the horns, right?
No, that was long head.
No,
that's third.
Yeah.
So third form Frieza is the one that freaked me out as a child. It looked like the xenomorph.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the first one is? First one is horns. Second one is. Oh, second one's the big horns where he gores Krillin.
Yeah, he gores Krillin.
That's so messed up.
That is. All right. So I did miss one. So I just gotta watch a little closer for when it comes up. It's a weird system. It should just put you in a game.
Yeah. Well, you got to run around in your baseball outfit. I love if somebody walked in there like, okay, what kind of game is this? Some kind of like martial arts bobblehead baseball.
But I'll
with TVs in the corner.
Yeah, there's the cool Gohan. I like to you walk and I try to fuse with people. This is what.
Let's see. I'm taking a look at the chat for questions.
I did play, like I said, I played a lot of Dragon Ball games. One of the unsung heroes is Sagas. That nobody likes Sagas except for me.
Which one is that?
That was the adventure game. That was like Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, but with Dragon Ball. Yeah,
okay.
It was on the Xbox and then Xbox and PS2.
There were like a surprising amount of really good Game Boy Advance games.
Oh yeah, the Majin
Legacy of Goku
yeah.
one was really good. That was actually one of my favorites. And then there was one that I think it's Dragon Ball Advance Adventure, which is just like a pretty competent beat 'em up with really gorgeous pixel art. And it's just based on you're just Kid Goku running around beating up bears and tiger bandits and stuff. I think it's got like a boss rush mode too, which is kind of cool.
That's nice. Just waiting to see the match with this man.
Luis asks from our YouTube chat, if you had Majin Buu's power to turn someone into chocolate and eat them, who would you eat? Now remember, you'd be killing them, but you do get to eat chocolate.
Alright, well, we lost our match. I don't know. There's not too many people that see, the people that I would want, I don't know if there's not many people I want to kill and then eat.
Count Chocula. Because then he turned into like double chocolate.
Yeah, that's a good one. Battle Strike.
Also, I would have defeated a dangerous vampire that's tormenting the land. Everobuster says, Max, do you want any Dragon Ball tattoos? I've thought about it.
That might be one of my next ones.
There's a panel in like the first volume of Dragon Ball that's Oolong, and he's like, you know, in like anime when when you turn away and they do like an evil face. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like Oolong being like, I think they like accuse him of being like a pervert or something, and he's like, no way, I'm not. And he's like, how dare you? But of course I am, you know. And it's just like a really, I don't know, it's like a funny little panel of like a dirty little pig. Cold outside right now. That's a hard cold out. Anyway, when are we getting an open world Dragon Ball RPG? I mean, that's almost what Xenoverse was. Like Xenoverse had a lot of, it wasn't open world, but it was very much about like that was, you were creating a character there, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do think that. I would love that. I mean, again, obviously, I like the big Dragon Ball fans. So, yeah, give me all the Dragon Ball games.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's the kind of thing, just because of, like, we're currently, I don't know, it's a world-destroying genie fighting against two children fused together with a giant energy mullet, fighting in space. Dragon Ball Z is kind of too far out there for it to be, like, a sensible open world. Like, you can't have an open world game where people can teleport and fly off planets, but original Dragon Ball would make a ton of sense for an open world game. Because you'd start in this area and you gotta, I don't know, fight fish and bears, and you know, make friends with Bulma, and you go and like, I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I hit his sub character? That's weird that it didn't let me. Hits back in here. Oh man, getting beat up real bad. I like, people are good with Yamcha, and I don't get it personally, but people think this way. Oh yeah. I'm dead. Ready? That's it. Gone. God damn.
It's, yeah.
That did not feel good. Got a real beat up Gotenks. This guy's gonna probably beat me. Not much I can do about this. He's just like too strong. Oh man, he's got some combos to go on.
So Gallifrey Rises says, I love Dragon Ball. I love a Dragon Ball game series that just played through the actual show manga story, whether linear or open or a mix of both. Interestingly enough, early Dragon Ball is based on Sayuki, Journey to the West, which is like this 2,000-year-old like Chinese fable. And that game, Enslaved, Journey to the West, was basically a retelling of that. So if you want to play it's sort of a Dragon Ball game in a very loose interpretation. Remember that game? Came out for like 360? PS3?
Yeah. I didn't ever actually play it, but
yeah, that was Ninja Theory who just did Hellblade. And,
I've heard nothing but good things about Hellblade. This person has a very cheese-heavy lineup. Oh, I just got it. So Kid Buu and 18 are two of the easiest characters in the game.
Really?
Yeah. Because, again, they're characters that have natural lows in their triangle, which means that their combo is harder to block and does a devastating amount of damage. So, oh no, I didn't realize that was going to do so much damage to this part. But, we'll see if we can salvage it.
Brigade Leader Haruhi Suzumiya says, what is your favorite shonen, shoujo anime, and Hatsune Miku Vocaloid music song? Go on. The heat is on, Sean Pitts. You gotta answer all those questions. Go.
I don't know. Any of them.
You don't what's your, I mean, I think your favorite shonen anime is probably Dragon Ball, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, other than Dragon Ball, I would say My Hero Academia is probably my other favorite.
I keep meaning to check that out. That's like a really, that's getting a game pretty soon, I think, too.
Yeah, it is. It's getting. You want to play?
Sure.
Yeah.
Take over.
My Hero Academia is actually the thing that I tell all Dragon Ball fans to watch. I was like, as soon as I watched it, I came straight to you that Monday. And
pretty
was
much,
like,
yeah.
Max, you gotta watch this.
My fiance's had it on, and the parts of it I've seen I like. I need to give it a shot.
I think it's just got
Should I
some of
return
the
to the lobby or rematch?
Whichever you want to do. You can fight that man again if you want.
Let's see if I can fight the man. Ew.
Not great.
He just looks like he got sunburn.
Yeah. My Hero is the one that I always tell people that, like, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I think that translates the easiest. But yeah, Dragon Ball is something that I grew up with. I actually think that My Hero is a better show. But I think that since I grew up with Dragon Ball, I mean, people that don't know, I'm a martial artist. I grew up doing that. When I turned 18, it was like one of the first things I did. To my parents, I wanted to do it because of Dragon Ball. And I really, I don't know if I'll ever like a show more than Dragon Ball, but My Hero is a close second. I think it's a better show.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's like different grades of of anime. You know, there's the stuff that's based on the long-running manga, like Naruto or One Piece or Dragon Ball, where it's not. I don't want to say you know, quantity over quality, but it's definitely a lot of quantity. What? Oh, I just almost did the ghost. I almost did the ghost move. I could have done the ghost. Oh man,
He's just spamming. Oh, you hit him with the volleyball
yes!
attack! Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that looks gorgeous.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Crap, that's awesome.
Why isn't Max a playable character? Great question. People ask what kind of martial artist. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner for the last 7 years. What do you rate this game? You can check on IGN.com to find out. We have a whole review up about it. Nice comeback, thank you.
Oh, double Yamchas.
So yeah, it's that Yamcha.
Finally, the game that everyone's been waiting for.
Yamcha
Yamcha versus
Yamcha
Yamcha.
action. Is that you? Oh no.
I don't know. I think I'm the blue one.
Oh no, you're the red one.
Am I? Okay, well that explains why everything's going horribly wrong.
Oh, you hit him! Oh!
That's a little bit better. All right. No, that might have been him actually.
Oh no, you are the blue one.
Yeah, you
Sorry about
distracted
that.
me. This is how bad I am at this game. The colors are too fast and the fire is exploding.
You're putting it on him with Yamcha, though, which is good.
What? God.
Poor Hit never stood a chance. No, he didn't.
Yeah, Hit's weird. He's like a...
He's a character with no key,
Yeah.
which makes it hard.
That's a little bit rough. There's like no way I'm gonna win this. This is very bad that I'm doing here. It's all good.
You hit him with the volleyball attack again, though. You're 2 for 2.
Glad I did that. If nothing else, it's very pretty. I love that it's got like a little bit of like sketchy hand-drawn stuff in there.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. Oh, that was cool. You guys both tried to grab at the same time. Oh, you're gonna hit with the ghost!
You got the
Oh!
ghost!
But yeah, for people who are just starting out the game, if you're trying to find a strong team, if you don't have the Super Saiyan Gods unlocked, I think that 18 is pretty easy to use. Like I said, Majin Buu is very easy to use, and Goku Black are all very strong characters.
Well, I almost did it. I almost beat one of his guys.
Is my true
That was rough.
He's tough. He was good. He almost beat me.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the lobby.
Oh, he was putting it to me a little bit for a while.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably weird playing against, like, we've got this, like, good cop, bad cop thing going on here. Where you're like, I'll play around and get, like, you know, get my butt kicked, and then we hand it off to you, and...
I've played the game a lot.
Yeah. I need more practice.
Someone says, finally they're giving attention to a Dragon Ball Z game. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans in this office. If you couldn't, like, I guess you don't see everybody, but there's a lot. We love Dragon Ball here.
Yeah. I mean, it's tricky because, I don't know, people gravitate towards DBZ stuff. I think, you know, Xenoverse 2, like, obviously did well. But
Match
it was-
made.
Match made. Heaven.
Oh, it's the same kid.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
You can say no.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Goodbye.
Where's Super Saiyan 1.5 Trunks? That'd be cool.
Or when he's all, like, beefed
Jacked out of his mind.
Yeah.
Go. There is weird that there's no hyperbolic time chamber map here, and I don't like that there's no hyperbolic time chamber
I
map.
think that's a mode, actually.
Is there a mode?
Like, I think
Is
there's
that
like a training thing, yeah.
That makes sense. I want there to be a map.
Just like a white screen
Yeah.
with like a clock in
With
the middle
with
of
the
it.
thing in the background.
Yeah, all right.
You know,
Kinda cool.
It's been a map in every.
That'd be interesting if it kept going, and the further you got out, like the harder it got, or something.
That
like,
would be
slowed
cool.
you down.
That would be cool. I love the idea of the hyperbolic time chamber. It's one of my favorite things in Dragon Ball when I was a kid. I think it's so cool.
Of course, we're getting matched with people who are killing us. We're playing on Mitchell's file.
That's fine. A match made.
There we go.
Ninja Cleaver. All right.
Any hot questions
I'm looking
from
through
our
right
adoring
I'm
audience?
looking through right now.
The outcome of this fight is anybody's guess.
I really want to try this out with a fight stick because I've only used a controller, but
Yeah, someone asked what console we're playing on. PS4.
yep.
I'm bad at everything that has to do with not a controller. So.
Yeah.
Do you recommend to start watching Dragon Ball Super? Yes. If you liked Dragon Ball Z, you will like Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah. It seems like people are digging it, you know?
Yeah.
Stop! Stop doing that! Quit it! What am I? What?
That guy is pretty good. Hit's also, in my opinion, the hardest character to use. That's a personal opinion. He's definitely weird. You're pretty good with Goten.
Yeah, that's because he's great. These two children fused together and they're very angry and violent.
Yeah, they are. They are. I love the whole like him screaming and then like ripping a hole.
I love it. Like, what is it? Mr. Popo has to teach him how to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's talk about the most underrated character in Dragon Ball Z.
Mr. Popo's great,
Mr.
but a little
Popo.
bit aesthetically problematic. Kind of a blackface thing going on there. Yes, did the ghost! Finally did the ghost! Awesome.
Yeah, I love the ghost guy. He's such a cool looking guy.
Ah! Keep doing that.
Oh, you're about to ghost him again.
Ghosts.
You're a Ghostbuster. Over
Yeah.
there.
Oh. Ah.
What do you think of alternate character skins? We were having this conversation before. That'd be a great idea. I want to see Piccolo
hit
from
again.
the episode where he gets his driver's license.
I think
would be
just
cool.
casual outfits would go a long way.
Yeah, Batman, Vegeta.
Yep.
Pineapple, like a funny shirt Goku. I think that would be great.
How the hell do you use hit? You just freeze people or something?
Just try hitting triangle.
Well,
that works
too
for
late
any
that.
character. That works for any character, by the way. Hit triangle.
It's my turn. Hey. Saw that coming.
Man, he's just like mopping the floor with me here. Oh man, no.
Oh, he's gonna
don't
final
do it.
flash you?
Yeah, he did.
Oh man, that
He did it.
He's just sitting up there charging his ski. Rush him. Hit R2. Yeah. I want to charge up on you.
Well, that worked out very well. God damn it.
Gonna final flash.
Ah! Stop doing that.
Let me take a crack at him.
Yeah. How do I make it so I fight people who are worse than me? This isn't fair. I'm playing a Mitchell's file. Also, I suck at the game. That also doesn't.
Hit again. Not great with it.
So Expert Gains asks, how do you use the super moves? Well, we can't pull up the combo screen right now. It's mostly just quarter circle and then a button or whatever.
It's like quarter circle back R2 with
Yeah,
3 gauges.
it's not super complicated. It's more like how you string them together that makes it complicated.
So that's actually Hit's super move. Is that time freeze? He's blocking.
Sadiq Bari says, do you guys take fan feedback and strive to implement game suggestions? We do. It's just hard because there's a lot of people suggesting things. But generally speaking, if a game is popular, we'll try to play it. If there's an audience for it. Thankfully, Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of the biggest games right now. Period. So, good stuff. Philip J. Fry says, are you playing online casual? We certainly are. We are still, I am still getting beaten severely.
But then again, these people have probably played the beta.
Yeah.
They have a lot of time. Oh, see, this sucks. There we go. Oh, no. That's gonna get me killed. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Yamcha, for saving the day. Something I thought I'd never say in my life.
That's really, there's a lot of stuff this game does right. It's I think, an incredible achievement. Most incredible of all is that it makes Yamcha not suck. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this environmental destruction is just gorgeous.
Yeah. I think it's actually cool. So it's like, it uses a key gauge, but you can like instantly teleport people behind people and hit them like almost every time. But it uses a key gauge, so you can't like use it. Oh man, this guy's comboing.
He's better at the game than we are, I think. Me,
All right, Hit, you're my only chance, I guess. It's not that great. This guy powers up a lot, though, which is a problem for him, not me. It's great for me, actually.
Lion Star says, what system should I get this for until it comes to Nintendo Switch? I don't know. I don't think it's confirmed for Nintendo Switch. I don't know if that's gonna come out or not. It'd be fun though to take on the road.
Yeah, it would be cool.
I don't know if does that have enough buttons for that?
I don't know.
Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what your friends are on. I think it's been promoted heavily on Xbox One, but we're playing it on PS4 and it's fine. So really, yeah. I think it's a pretty solid port. I saw a thing on Reddit earlier about how it runs very well on PC so far.
I've heard that too, yeah.
So that's honestly really across the board. Kyle Penix says, is Max going to be a future DLC character? There is a character in the background of some Dragon Ball stuff where there's a guy named Max, who's just a dude, with a hat that says Max on it. So that could be like a car company, or it could just be the guy's name. People in Dragon Ball wear a lot of like hats with their names on it, though, so
it's weird.
I think it's pretty cool.
Feel like fighting anymore?
Oh man, let me tell ya.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I was sweating pretty
Close
hard
one?
on that one. I was sweating pretty hard.
Well done.
That man was bringing it to me. I can't leave him without the third rematch. I gotta give him the third rematch. A gentleman, of course.
It's De Niro says, how do they have Yamcha and Ginyu in this game, but we can't fight as Android 17? Android 17.
Oh man, I can't get out of this corner.
Don't know how I feel about Hit's outfit.
Oh, the white outfit I have him in?
Funny.
That's more me.
Just
than
in
it is
general,
him.
he wears like a gray thing, right? Like a darker gray. Straight out Viet X says, do you have Teen Gohan in this? They do. They have Adult Gohan and Cell Saga Gohan.
Both
So,
of them incredibly strong. Yeah. Oh man, his Vegeta is very good. Like this guy, clearly his character that he plays a lot is Vegeta. Oh, the handstand kick.
some of the moves in this straight up just make me want to go back and rewatch episodes.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that.
Like I was messing around with Trunks and he does the whole like the Masenko where he just does all like the jazz hands and then just and like I was
yeah. See, he's not switching his characters out enough, which is giving me a slight advantage because it's like I just killed Vegeta, who I think is probably his best character.
Vegeta's a jerk.
Make sure that when you're playing a game and you take an absurd amount of damage, you want to switch out because you can regain a lot of your health. And I've realized that I had to add that into my game. I wasn't very good at it, but.
Justinian Rosario says, do you have any thoughts on putting in Gogeta or Vegito? Honestly, I think there's enough Saiyans in this game.
Yeah.
I feel like they've got, like, eventually, sure, maybe, but there have been so many fighting games that have Gogeta and Vegito in them that I'm just kind of like, maybe just add some other weird characters, you know?
You got me. Those are strong attacks.
Or Itsu.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
remember when Go and Majin Buu killed the entire place?
Dude, the Buu Saga is so, like, weirdly colorful, but also, like, the darkest stuff.
Yeah.
I love how there's an episode in there. I don't know, I was just like bored and watching TV way too late at night, and I found this episode where all that happens, again, because it's a funny filler episode, is Hercule, Mr. Satan, going around the ruins of Earth trying to find beer.
Really?
Not beer,
I have.
just a
Yeah,
cold beer.
I just
and he's
seen
like,
that episode.
he's in this like destroyed bar, and he's like trying to suck beer out of the tap. It's just like
hilarious.
he's such an awful character. He's so great.
All right.
A lot of people really want Jiren in the game.
Yeah, I think Jiren's a dead set for a DLC. Like, I would be shocked if Jiren wasn't in the game. He's the big bad that they're fighting now. He's not a bad guy, actually. He's just the person that they're fighting right now.
Victor Feliciano says, will they use any GT characters in the future? I really doubt it, because obviously they're trying to push Super, because Super is kind of like the big thing right now, and it's that's what they're merchandising, that's what's on TV, that's what they're selling Blu-rays of. Like, anything that's like that, they're going to be trying to kind of, you know, promote that.
Oh, he got me. Ooh.
I have a username, not enough Saiyans, bring me Caulifla and Bardock. I think the Caulifla should definitely be in there just because it's like the,
That's good. No, he beat me.
Oh.
But,
well done. You got a medal anyway.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I
a
did.
winner.
Everyone's a winner.
Destructive finish.
I beat him once. So
You beat that mountain.
Yeah,
That's good.
I beat that mountain with my
your
body.
lifeless corpse.
Yeah, I think that those. Like I said, I'm all for both of those characters.
Yeah.
Jiren, though, 100%. I also like how you could go Gold Frieza. You could turn into Gold Frieza.
That's really cool.
It's the only transformation that I know of in the game. There might be another one, but I'm not sure.
Huh.
Hey, let's add. Switch the team up a little bit. Let's get. I want my man Goku Black in there. We can do Gohan, adult Gohan. People like him. And then let's see. We do Kit Kat Man. Who's our third here?
Did you say Kit Kat Man?
Yeah, Kit Kat. That's a different character. That's a different movie. You didn't see that one.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's not honestly like you can just name a food and I'd be like, really?
Yeah. That's a great. You haven't seen Super, so I'm like, yeah, Kick-Head Man's at the third Sonic.
Yeah.
Man. You need to know about that. He breaks it off in the middle of the fight.
Let me see some Future Trunks in there.
Future Trunks?
Yeah, he's cool. I like him. That's why I'm wearing my denim jacket.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, SSM points out Goku does go Super Saiyan 3 for an attack.
Oh, that is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
his ultimate is.
Does Vegeta have anything like that? I feel like
No.
there's one where
That'd be
Krillin
cool.
grows hair,
Oh,
puts
yeah.
on sweatpants.
Yeah.
It's wild. No, he doesn't do that. That'd be
I think
cool.
it's like late for picking his kids up from work
Oh.
or from school. Fused with this cat. Nice little cat. Look at it. This is what you do when you're waiting in the menu. You just look for people that you can fuse with. Like this pickle there. Oh no, that thing's in the way. Yeah. Other Yamcha?
Yes, finally. That looks just like he just cut holes in his hat and the hair grew through it.
That's true.
Very weird.
Oh, a TN? There's actually an attack with TN. That's like, or oh my god, what's TN's friend's name?
Chaozu?
Chaozu.
Yeah,
where
that's his
jumps
little
on.
assist or whatever, and then he
Yeah.
explodes. Yeah, he shows up to do the freeze move that they
Oh,
do,
yeah?
like to telekinesis,
That's hilarious.
which is really cool.
Oh, that is true. I should make people women. Let's see. Oh, no, this is better.
Jeez has always been like the worst, just like the worst design. Like he's such a little weasel.
G'day, mate. I have achieved God
That's right, they
status.
gave him like an Australian accent, huh?
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Majin Vegeta. That's going to be my next tattoo, is the Majin symbol.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I consider. You're not going to get it on your forehead though, right?
Oh, no, I am, yeah. With a grenade on my neck.
All right, all right.
So
You go
that
get a
says-
job at a pawn shop or something.
Saying life around my chin.
You get like a Majin tramp stamp.
Yeah. No, I'm getting it on my wrist.
That works.
I thought the Ginyu Force was so cool as a kid. I don't know why. I just thought they were so
Dude, they're
cool.
so funny. I was just telling Brian about them a minute ago. Brian doesn't care about anything about Dragon Ball, but I'll occasionally make him listen because I can. Just talk. He has to either walks away or listens.
That's a good point.
Christopher Avdal says, "Am I the only one wondering why Hercule isn't in the game yet?" Right there with you. I think a lot of people want to see Mr. Satan in there.
Yeah, if Yamcha's in there, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get crazy.
Give me some useless human characters. Give me the announcer,
Yeah. Or the farmer with a shotgun.
dude. Yeah.
It's a special move. It's
We
a
did
shotgun shot.
we did a roundup on Up and In this week. That was just all of the all of the dumb characters that I want in there. I want the farmer with the shotgun who shoots or tries to shoot Raditz and doesn't.
Yeah, he does not succeed. Oh man, I don't know where Yamcha starts and Chase begins.
That's a nightmare right there. I don't like that at
This
all.
is the worst Batman film.
That looks like the worst fan art.
Two-Face. Oh man, just waiting. But
Too
much. Yeah, this matchmaking system, a little. You gotta really be paying attention to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Just tough when you're trying to fuse with people.
Well, you're fusing with people too much. This dude, Kaneda Westaro, who has a photo
Good name.
or his icon. I love this dude. He's got like it's a mashup of Kaneda Shotaro from Akira and Kanye West, and it's Kaneda from Akira wearing the Kanye glasses from the video Stronger. That was an homage to Akira that Kanye West did. Anyway, he said, what did he say? I got spaced out. I got attention span. He said Yajirobe, Mr. Popo. Yes, absolutely. I want Yajirobe in there just because he's such a jerk.
Oh, I'm fighting Goku.
Oh, sweet.
This guy's name is just Goku.
All right,
Guys, I don't got a good feeling about this one.
Goku's the best.
He better be playing as Goku, or I'll be 30.
I think more people should try to be more like Goku, just in general. Just be like a Goku or a Paddington Bear in the world. Go out
I
and
don't
try
know.
to find the best in people.
So one of the things about Super is Goku's kind of the worst.
That's true. Actually,
And
don't be like Goku in all ways except fatherhood.
Yeah,
Or-
and
or
except for the fact
husbandry,
that,
really.
like, you know, he just wants to fight the toughest people, even if it destroys the planet or the
Yeah,
universe.
Yeah, he's got a problem there.
Yeah. There's a
don't
great
know.
video about, like, Goku causes all the problems in the entire world.
He kind of does. I mean, doesn't he? He gives Cell a friggin' senzu bean.
Yeah, he's like, hey, go beat up my kid.
Come on, Cell, fight my boy.
Yeah, right?
I love that Goku has been voiced by like the same 70-year-old woman for like 40 years at this point. 35 years. Oh no.
I was going to beat him. Goku got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a great story about her. This isn't great. I'm sorry. There's a story about her while she was doing VO. They had her scream so much she fainted.
Oh my god, yeah. I can believe that.
She's like a hero.
Some people don't like the Japanese Goku voice because they're like, it sounds like a girl. I'm like, well, it is a girl. That's great. But they like, what other thing where they're like, oh yes, here's the child voice, and then they're like, here is as an adult, and it's the same person doing the voice. Like, oh,
this doesn't
okay,
make
your
a
voice never
lot of
changed.
sense. There we go. Get back into this server. Hopefully it's popping off in here. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to the Japanese voices because, like, again, I'm watching Super in a weird order to where I just kind of came into the Tournament of Power, which is the final saga, and I just kind of started watching it with all my friends. So they had to fill me in on some stuff. Like, I've seen the first, I would say, 40 episodes of Super.
Okay.
Then I took a break, and then I'm watching this one. Because I was like,
think that's okay.
What? Like, weird Saiyans from another dimension? One of them looks just like Vegeta?
Yeah.
Like, this is, as a kid, like, this is cool.
You look at it, the way Dragon Ball came out is like the first 10 episodes came out in America, and then they didn't realize it wasn't going to do well, so they went and they jumped ahead to Dragon Ball Z, and they released that, and just inexplicably Piccolo and Yamcha and all these people are there, and you're like, who are these characters? Nobody knew everything that was going on in Dragon Ball. No matter where you jump into it, there's like no good place to start if you're watching it stateside. I mean, the best way is just to start at the very beginning and work your way through. But most people just are like, I'm going to start with Super. Who are these men?
Yeah.
So
that's
I
a good
mean,
thing.
yeah,
That's a good point.
like when I was like 14 and I jumped into, I think the Android Saga had just first started, and at that point I'd been playing like emulated, import Super Nintendo games on my friend's PC, and being like, what's Majin Buu?
Yeah.
I really like Chaozu, and I had no idea why there was this little French clown hanging out with these dudes. It's like, what is this? Who's this funny little mime that lives over there? This squeaky boy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Comes a
And
mighty warrior.
someone earlier asked, what do I think is going to happen at the end of Super, because they're like, the tournament is ending. And for the people that don't know, like, when you get to the end of the tournament, you get to make like a wish. That is like, you can wish whatever you want. Because they're like super Dragon Balls.
Okay.
And
How big are they?
They're the size of planets.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, that's serious one.
I'm
off the
pretty
deep
sure.
end. Okay.
And because they have like the gods of the universe there.
Right.
This is the intro for Goku Black, by the way.
Whoa. Whoa. All right.
God, he's so cool looking. He is so cool looking.
I don't know about that. I don't really like it.
Oh, I think he's the best. I like his G the best too.
He looks like lightning from Final Fantasy.
What I think is going to happen is obviously Goku is going to win, and then he's going to use his wish to wish everybody back. Because if you lose the Tournament of Power, you end up getting your universe destroyed. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think that it would be cool. There's a whole arc there with the other Saiyans and Vegeta, and like Vegeta talking to the other Saiyans and then being like, we still have a home planet. And like it always sucks for Vegeta because he's the prince of this race that died. And I always thought it was like Vegeta's, he's my favorite character because like his story's kind of very sad.
Yeah, but he's a jerk off.
But he's like a jerk off, but he's not. he is when he is a villain, but he's redeemed. I think he is the best
I don't know.
character.
I always sort of just thought he was a kind of a crappy dude. Like,
I mean, but then he's like, I think he's a way better father than Goku is.
weirdly enough, yeah. I don't know. But I mean, Trunks is also a brat. He's basically like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of my son, and if he like cries, I'll just be like, all right, come on, let's go to the toy store.
Yeah, that's fair. But I like
Meanwhile, like Goku's like, hey everybody, I'm dead. My wife has to raise my 2 sons in the woods. They can eat rocks and catch big fish together.
Oh man, this guy's putting it to me. Oh, here's Future Trunks. Yeah, let's go.
Tunable Star says, I'm surprised they didn't include Raditz. He's usually more popular than Nappa. That's a good point. I think they probably didn't want to just have more Saiyans on there, Like Nappa does, more Goku family Saiyan, more Saiyans with hair, I guess is what I'm saying here.
His attack is a grab so far. Oh, he's oh man, he's chopping me up. He's getting the best of this.
I love Trunks for having a sword.
That is so cool.
It's like, dude, you can shoot fire out of your hands. Why do you have a sword? Because it's cool.
Yeah, that is the answer. It's hard for me to talk and like concentrate on what I'm doing at the same time. So I'm quiet while some of these fights.
No, it's alright, man. You're doing a great job. I'm glad you're here to actually show off and play the game, fight the game,
fight the big cells. I want to do Gohan's Super because I think it's the coolest one. Out of these people, because we've already seen those black.
So this is great. We did a poll over on IGN.com asking which character most deserves to be DLC. It is a tie between Mr. Satan and Jiren.
Really?
Yep.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Really?
If we're
Yeah.
going power level canonically. Okay, you want to jump in?
Sure,
I
yeah.
think you can play this guy.
I got a
All
little
right.
too carried away.
Mystic
What is
Gohan.
that outfit?
That's the Piccolo outfit, but with like a white shirt underneath.
I don't
for
like the
some
white
reason.
shirt. It should be like a what is it, like a blue under there?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Mystic Gohan and Piccolo colors does make sense though. That's kind of a good look.
Yeah. I've always liked the... Oh, he did not want to play us again.
Well then.
Sorry about that. I always like... One of my favorite things is that I like Piccolo. I want a skin for Piccolo where he has the weights on. I think that would be cool, because right now his skin is like weightless.
I feel like that's got to be such a pain to animate, and it also kind of obscures like so much with the cape.
These guys don't know anything about Trunks if they are questioning Trunks' sword. I'm very aware of what Trunks' sword is and what happens when Trunks' sword breaks later in the show and how it leads to Mystic Gohan. I've watched the show. But, you know, he just still doesn't need it if he can blow somebody up with his hand.
I just mean strictly, like, I'm talking, like, yeah, just good old Future Trunks, regular Future Trunks, who's just this dude who shows up, like this kind of John Connor, to fight the
I'm
androids.
here to save you, Goku, from your own diet.
Yeah.
Someone says, is the online servers for...
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku battles his most dangerous foe yet, heart disease.
Yeah. What a weird storyline. It was like
Dude,
no
I
one
went,
could beat
I
Goku.
rushed home every day for like a week, and this blows my mind that I was like, I gotta get home and find out what's happening on that anime I love about men fighting, and it's just this dude being in like in an RV being like,
Did you take your medicine? No. Why? The Budokai games, too, would always make you fight that scene, but your health would be degenerating as it happened. I was like, oh, it sucks.
that's like a gnarly fight. I really love, I love the android side because they're like, Trunks' whole reaction where he's like, these aren't the same androids. Things are weird. And then they start finding like pieces of Cell and it gets all creepy.
Yeah.
That whole buildup is just incredible. Cell's going around like, eating people with that gross tail.
Yeah. God, that is such a weird part of the show. I love when Trunks returns to the future,
Yeah.
too, and just kills everybody.
Just wrecks
He's
and he's
just
like,
like-
Cell's all like, hey. He's just like, come on.
He's like, nah, dog. But yeah. Oh, he's using Goku Black, too. He knows. He knows the way.
Damn it.
It's all good. You got him. You got him.
I looked at the wrong Goku. Okay, so I'm the one who's getting beat up. Yeah, that's a little better.
Reading everything. He's like, such a cool looking character. All right. Who's the red guy? That's Goku.
Dude, why does Vegeta look like an X-Wing pilot?
That's like some of the alternate costumes are very cool. Some of them make the characters look very weird. This is Goku.
Oh.
This is like his god form that he reaches. Vegeta actually gets a brand new form in the like most recent episode. He turns like even bluer, and his eyes.
Really?
He gets like sparkling.
I don't like
blue.
that.
But it's all good. I actually think it's cooler than it looks. I love how the way this game looks. Yeah. You're wrong, Terminator was based off Dragon Ball. That's funny. Should have Gotenks not only for the fusion.
Oh, you got me. Haha.
I actually like, I like Mystic Gohan a lot in this game.
I'm just...
Yeah, he finally caught on. There's Trunks again. Trunks has the coolest hair out of all the Saiyans, in my opinion.
What, like a bowl cut?
Yeah, wait, Trunks' hair grows too. It gets super long in the Cell Saga when he's in the hyperbolic chamber.
Oh, and then he's got that
Oh,
weird, like,
man.
man bun ponytail.
That's actually really cool. I don't know how to do it, though. Can you guys do a podcast about Dragon Ball?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I could talk about Dragon Ball forever. It was my favorite show for my entire life. Someone pointed out that Trunks' sword is not the same sword that Supreme Kai comes from, or like Elder Kai comes from. Yeah, I made a mistake. I was sorry. I'm human. But yeah,
I was getting arguments about who Mystic Gohan is, and I say it's Mystic Gohan, or it's Gohan when he shows up in his in the orange gi that his dad wears.
And he just-
Other people think it's when he's in that like ridiculous,
Supreme Kai
getup.
outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when he fights, one of my favorite, and I think the most underrated fight in Dragon Ball is when he comes in and just crushes Super Buu. Like it's so
What goes
dumb.
wrong there? I forget.
He gets cocky and Buu eats him.
That's right. He's on the edge of that cliff, and the big like.
Yeah, I like the gentleman's agreement to just power up there. I think that's cool. I just think that is a very, very cool like fight where he like turns around and like smacks him in the face with the back of his fist, and it's just
Yep.
like he's like almost like he could have killed Boo
yeah.
there and he didn't. And it's just like, that's the story of Gohan's life. Like, Gohan is the... Did he do it twice or is that you?
I don't know. I can't even
That is
tell. It's
not
going
you.
too fast. All right, that was not me. I think I did it and missed, and then he did it and got me, and great.
I mean, Gohan does the same thing when he's fighting Cell.
Yep.
And then he gets Android 16 killed. Yeah, oh no. He turns afterwards.
Oh.
Oh, that's a cool. I like
Yeah.
Gotenks just popping in. For the
Did he block that?
Yeah,
Damn
he
it.
blocked it.
All right.
Think about the game, but that's one thing I just... Yeah, we could have, you know, I mean, maybe Max and I could talk about that another time. It's weird, though, a real weird time to do it because Super... Oh my god, I completely missed you. I would be very upset if that happened. It's a weird time to do it with Super ending, though.
Yeah.
But, you know, we do also have the movie coming out in December. He missed.
Yes.
And you hit him with the Chung Li kicks.
Am I doing this?
Oh, man. Oh, that Goku Black. Hit R1 and R2 together. Oh, you already did. Never mind. You're good. You're good. You can do this. People are excited about the game. I am, too. It's very fun. I was excited for all the Dragon Ball. I think it's everything that a Dragon Ball Z fan would want. Max is in an intense battle right here.
Come on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm just happy that people are talking about Dragon Ball, and that's a thing that you get to do.
Anytime something Dragon Ball happens in the office, like, I just always walk over to your side of the office. I'm like, hey, Max, the Dragon Balls are a thing.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to...
You have one more character.
Oh, dude,
you
look
just
at my
can't
life.
get
Look
hit.
at my life.
No big deal.
All right.
This is Mystic Gohan.
Oh, dude, that was
Super
close. Damn it.
You want to play him again?
Sure. Let's do it. I'll quit posing.
So someone's saying that you're vanishing a lot. Yeah, I mean, actually, I like that attack a lot. I think it's super useful.
That'd be weird if you didn't want a rematch.
Yeah,
You're,
right.
like, that close. And like, really?
People do that. Sometimes
Yeah.
people they're like, nah,
No, I want to win.
I just want to win. Can we show all the avatars after the match? Yeah, we can show all the ones that we have. The end of this arc will open up a new series that has too many unanswered questions. I agree. It's a weird time to end it, especially that it's so popular right now.
Damn it.
It's like I think it's Crunchyroll's most popular show, or the one like when Crunchyroll. Whenever I see a Crunchyroll ad, it's like they're talking about DBZ or DB Super. Pycon with fire attacks. I actually brought Pycon up earlier in the stream. I would love to see him in this game. Ooh, that red Kamehameha there. Or pink Kamehameha.
How'd I do that? That was stupid. What?
That
Dude!
final flash. Trunks got called up too. Oh, sorry, Gohan. He'll go all the way up. Looks way better than Street Fighter. I like Dragon Ball, so obviously.
Did I just... Nope, I got him. Sweet.
Nice.
I'm mostly just button. I'm like, you know, doing kind of like a jazz thing with the buttons, you know? It's like free form, not really combo based, but doing my best. Oh, that was not great.
Dragon Ball Z Super is not ended yet, but it has like 8 episodes left for the people that are asking. There's a movie that was announced for December, I'm fairly certain. One of the DBZ accounts tweeted out about it, said the Dragon Ball series will go on.
What?
But I think they're talking about the movie.
Ah, God, he just... What?
Please, we're getting Broly. I don't know if Broly's going to make it to the game. He's not canon, so I don't know if that is going to happen, but I think it'd be cool. I think that he's a cool character.
Man, I'm just getting my lunch eaten right here. Oh, God, what went wrong? Like, I was doing okay for a second. Did he get hit to my...
He might have gotten hit to your strategy.
Probably, which is the complete lack thereof.
Someone asked what other genres we would like to see Dragon Ball games of. I want a first-person shooter of just the farmer. Of just the farmer.
All right, yeah.
From the first episode.
No, I think like an action adventure game that isn't like the problem with Dragon Ball Z is everyone loves Dragon Ball Z, but it's also like you've got people blowing up planets and going to space, and it's like it doesn't scale very well. It kind of only makes sense as a fighting game, or you know something like weirdly interpretive like Xenoverse, where you're like paving over timelines. But like,
Yeah.
there was a turn-based RPG that came out for DS, I think, which actually had you playing through the story, but like I don't know, you had to fight like a lot of Cybermen.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Oh no, we're done.
Yeah.
I think that an action adventure game would be cool. I really like the Legacy of Goku games. I just want them to kind of be remade for like a bigger version of the Legacy of Goku.
That'd be really fun.
Because those like weird RPG games were I loved as a child. Oh, that guy's doing flips.
Oh, that guy killed me.
That happens. That happens.
How's he doing flips?
I don't know. Oh, someone wanted us to show the. Yeah, we could show the avatars we have so
here
far.
are the avatars. There's a lot of them.
Here, hold on. Let me just go to the top.
Mitchell, how many hours you put into this game?
12 for story, and then probably about 6 to 8 outside of it.
Okay.
So like, no, not bad.
Can we spend all your zenny on Gashapon? All right. You want to go buy some more little skins there?
Yeah. Let's just show these off real quick. We got Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo. Got some of the obvious ones. Frieza, cool, gold Frieza. Well, Frieza with a gold head. Future Trunks, Android 18, Gotenks, Krillin, who I like a lot, Cell with the different colors, Fat Boo, Nappa's always a good one. I'm not gonna go spend too long here. Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku, cool because they glow. Catman Beerus, my boy. Goku Black. Super Saiyan 3 eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows. They're so good.
That's
you know you're strong when your eyebrows look like that.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
When they just explode off your face.
Yeah. That's the Rock's next level. The Rock's gonna keep working out. His eyebrows are gonna turn into muscles. Majin Vegeta.
Oh, little bowl cut.
Oh, bowl cut Gohan. That's hilarious. Golden Frieza.
Oh, look at that.
I love Golden Frieza. I think he looks so cool. First Form Cell gives me nightmares. Yamcha Casual. Tien Casual Trunks. Not a fan.
Mr. B Fox says Platinum and Dragon Ball hasn't been done yet. Dragon Ball seems like a good fit for their gameplay style. That could be really interesting.
Oh yeah.
There was that game, I forget who put it out, but Asura's Wrath, which was, it basically was like playing an anime. People seem to like that.
Let's go. Buy a Z capsule. Buy with premiums. Buy
David Gajan says favorite Dragon Ball story arc.
Frieza.
Frieza?
Yeah.
Frieza's like probably my least favorite. I feel like it drags on a lot.
Yeah, that was my first one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think your first is always special.
It's always special.
Yeah. I like the Android Saga. I also love the like the Demon King Piccolo stuff in early Dragon Ball. And I don't know, I like when Krillin and Goku are like training with Roshi and it's just like this weird like comedy.
Yeah, I want that buddy cop movie.
We've got to deliver milk.
Yeah. For me, it was just like Frieza. It was what introduced me to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So when it was like, it's weird thinking about it now because I know so much about Dragon Ball. But when I was a kid and I started watching it, I didn't know the rules. So like when Frieza's like, I can transform, I was like, what?
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he turns into the big Frieza, and I'm like, dang, that's awesome. And then he turns into scary Frieza. And then like one of my favorite is like when Krillin is thinking about his last transformation, when he's like, I could transform again. There's this great picture in Krillin's mind that like bubbles out where it's like, what is he gonna look like? And he just turns red.
I love that. Yeah. You know, actually, it's funny you think about that because that was really. Is that the first transformation you see in that series?
Probably. Other than Kaioken.
Yeah,
like,
that's just like energy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's before you see Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because like Toriyama just kind of redid that with like Cell and then with Boo.
Yeah. Oh, we got Android 21 and Goku Black. Cool. Yeah. So, and then to see him turn Super Saiyan, like waiting through the Spirit Bomb when he tries to use the Spirit Bomb, he's getting like laser beamed and like Vegeta dying and being like, oh, even when I was a kid, like Vegeta was always my favorite. So I was like, dang, that sucks. Vegeta's dead. I didn't know he could come back. So I was like, I didn't know what Dragon Balls were. I just started watching.
So funny.
And then like, I was like, man, what a waste of a cool character.
It's so funny how like the Dragon Balls obviously they come back and they do play a part, but they kind of forget. Like, for the most part, they sort of forget about it. It just becomes about like dudes fighting in the sky or whatever.
Yeah, the Dragon Balls are the great, like they just reset the universe at the end of every saga. That's basically what the Dragon Balls are for. They're just like, all right, well, you killed everybody.
Yeah, they're pretty solid like storytelling.
Come back, everybody's coming back now.
All right, should we?
Wait, I'm still waiting on a matchmate. I just bought a bunch of stuff.
Do we get anything good?
Not really.
No.
Not this time.
It's different colors. Yeah, you got Raccoon. Did you have Raccoon already?
I don't think so.
Oh,
got Purple Raccoon.
I don't like that at all.
I like that a lot.
No, thank you.
What would Raccoon and Trunks look like? Oh no, get over here!
Oh man, James S is a good suggestion for a Dragon Ball game. A Dream Daddy.
A Dream Daddy?
Dream Daddy Dragon Ball. Dating all the dudes. Dragon Ball dating.
I like it. I'm into it.
Yep. It'd be good.
Who's best husband though? Not Goku. Let me tell you.
I'd say probably Tien.
Yeah, Tien would probably be a good husband.
I love that like Lunch is his girlfriend in like the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, and then she's just like, "You idiots are training too much," and she just like leaves. And you're like, "Oh, did the character just leave? Like, just run away?"
I'm gonna fight. What's it called? All right. I'm gonna go with Chaozu. I'm gonna.
Chaozu's the best dad.
Yeah.
That like weird little like
French
floating
like,
vampire like.
Let's do it.
I think he's based on these like hopping Chinese vampires. I forget what they're called. They're like they show up all over like random anime, but
yeah, I'm down. Chaozu, best dad. That's the guy I'm dating.
yeah, if you look up a Jiangxi, that's what Chaozu's based on.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Right? Well, they're scary normally, but like that stupid little hat he wears.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's not a
I don't
good,
like
it's not a
that at
great
all.
look. But yeah, like Chaozu's like a cute version of that.
Majin Vegeta. Yeah. Majin Vegeta.
Majin Vegeta.
New poll on IGN.
All right, we got a new poll
What's
over
the
on
new poll on
IGN.com.
IGN?
If there was a Dream Daddy Dragon Ball Z edition, who would be best dad? We've got the options are Vegeta, Piccolo, Frieza, or Mr. Satan. Piccolo is in the lead, which is totally true. Yeah.
It makes sense. Vegeta's the best father in this series.
I love that. That's like
Piccolo.
that's like the one thing that makes me most interested in getting into Super is that he's like babysitting Pan,
Yeah.
and he's like more into like changing diapers and like making food than like I don't know.
My favorite thing with is I saw the father-son Kamehameha, and it's Goku and Gohan, obviously.
Yeah.
And someone was like, wait a minute, on Reddit, someone was like, wait a minute, this isn't right. And they're like, there, fixed it, and they made it Piccolo's face.
There you go.
And they're like, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
I love that part where like when Gohan's like sleeping in the desert and he's got that sword and he's got to like run around and fight dinosaurs and stuff, and he was like a little like wussy kid up until then, and Piccolo comes over and he's like, oh fine, and he just like gives him some apples.
Yeah.
That's like such a cute storyline.
Piccolo's a cool character, man.
Piccolo's a great character.
First time, again, because I didn't know anything when I was watching the show, first time Piccolo takes off the thing and throws it down, it's like all weights.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Dude, those are the moments. Those are
Piccolo.
like the moments right there.
They need to, and like
Or
Piccolo when, he
Goku's
absorbs
like,
Nail,
Yeah.
and then when he absorbs Kami, and
I
then
love-
goes and fights the
Piccolo's,
androids.
like, that's the thing is all the Super Saiyan evolutions are like they're cool, but like Piccolo's I feel like are much more like they're like permanent upgrades basically.
He just becomes like, yeah. When he has that conversation with Kami, and Kami's like, I know what needs to be done. I was like, that's so cool. And then he
Hexy
goes and
Gaming-
he fights the androids.
Hexy Gaming says show the fight, stop talking. Hey, come on, manners, all right?
I mean, for the record, we were trying to show the fight.
Yeah.
We were waiting for the game to load. It's not my fault.
It's like the rudest
Ooh.
people in chat. Just don't be those guys. Colotus Tiger, Cold Outside Tiger right now, whatever your name is. Max and Sean are my dad.
You don't want me to be your dad.
We'd be like the worst dad collectively.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done laundry for a long time. I can barely take care of myself.
You do okay. You're like, well, you're funny because you're like, I feel like you're sort of like a young American Goku where you're like, I'm gonna go be the best I can at jiu-jitsu, and then you show up and you're like, time for Taco Bell. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you could like, I don't know.
I'm waiting for an injury to heal right now, and then I'll be
Yeah.
back to training.
You should have a nice senzu bean burrito.
Believe me, that's the greatest thing ever. I wish sensu beans were real. Ooh, Gohan, no, not this way.
Oh, interesting. McG1992 says lunch actually disappeared from Dragon Ball because Akira Toriyama actually forgot about her.
Shocker.
That is, I like that he just forgets and he's like, oh well.
I don't
He's
know if
a-
they told this story on stream, but like, Trunks has different color hair in Super than he does in the normal DBZ, and it's blue in DBZ. In Dragon Ball Super, and it's purple in DBZ. And when I asked him, he was like, oh, I forgot. He did not want to play me again. That seems to be a theme. Sorry, guys, I don't know what to tell you. We could try some more arcade. If you want to do that, you can play
Do
some
that, yeah.
arcade.
Cool. Luis Gomez says Whis would be a good dad.
Whis would be a good.
Whis would be, I feel like, he's more of like he's kind of like a Alfred the Butler, you know? Like I feel like he'd have like a very, very fussy, rude kid.
He takes. Oh wait, we got one more real quick. He takes care of Beerus pretty well. Whis is a super cool character. I really like Whis a lot. The more I get to learn about him in Super, the more I like him.
Tranquil Rain Lady asks where I got my Capsule Core shirt. I think I just got it on Amazon. Just search Capsule Core shirt.
If you guys are looking, like this is not sponsored by any stretch, but like my Dragon Ball Z stuff not this one, but I have tons of Dragon Ball Z stuff from a brand called Just Saying. They're amazing. They make,
I get it.
They make custom Dragon Ball Z apparel that is like super high quality. So check that out. if you're looking for DBZ clothing. This guy's got Hit, 18, and Vegeta. That's a strong team on the other side. That guy's a strong team. If you know how to use Hit. Hit's a weird character because he doesn't telegraph a lot of his attacks. He just attacks you.
Interesting.
So, you want to fight him? Or?
No, you jump in there.
All right.
I'm gonna answer questions from the viewers. What do we got going on here? Yep, Piccolo is 80% of the poll. People think that Piccolo is the best dad, and that's really true. He's really a good dad. I love, like, Piccolo training Trunks and Goten is like, their whole relationship is that's some of my favorite stuff in Dragon Ball. Yeah, I want to go like reread Dragon Ball and stuff.
Yeah, I want to. I started rewatching Dragon Ball Z a while back, but then it's just like it's a lot.
Yeah,
Super's a little bit more streamlined. There's still filler.
So
but...
my anxiety about Super is like catching up, you know, and like really getting filled in on everything. And I'm kind of tempted to just sort of like, I don't know, maybe watch like summaries or something.
Well, that's why I said watch the 2 movies. Don't start watching Super. Yeah. Watch the first and second movie, and then you will. Ooh.
Yeah, Masenko.
Then you will be caught up to like the first 30 episodes, the first 40 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I would do if I was you. Ooh,
Top Anime is saying, what other anime have you watched? Whole lot of it. Whole bunch. Less so recently, but I was really into it in high school and kind of growing up. Other favorites include Cowboy Bebop and Akira and Evangelion.
I like Cowboy Bebop quite a bit.
Bebop is good stuff. You can watch My Hero Academia.
Yeah, that's the one that I was saying earlier is my favorite. Oh, I just killed that person. A little bit overkill. My Hero is my favorite anime right now, besides Super, of course. And I don't know, I've watched a decent amount of anime. Not as much. I just finished One Punch Man recently.
Was that fun?
Yeah, I liked it. It's like 12 episodes. You could very bingeable, like not for very long.
That's always my favorite thing. I always like OVAs, which are just like miniseries kind of things. Michael Giorgio is saying, what is second movie? The first two. What is it? It's Resurrection.
It's Battle of the Gods.
Battle of the Gods.
Resurrection F.
Resurrection F.
And those two.
That's like the first 2 arcs, basically.
Yeah. So those will be told in Super. If you watch Super, you will get it, and it's more detailed, but there's more filler in it. So the party scene in Super is like 3 episodes, 4 episodes, or something like that.
See, that's the thing.
It's very short in the movie.
That's what bugs me is like I like the filler. I like the nonsense. I don't care about the fights. You know.
Well, I mean, it gets the same basic story across in the movies. There's like cool little stuff that they do in Super that they don't do in the movies, but I don't want to spoil them for people that haven't seen them. There are like when Frieza comes back, he comes back with the Frieza Force, and there's a character that comes back. Yeah. That you're like, oh man, how did you get here?
Yep.
And they like kind of explain it. It's really like personally, I loved it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the movies, especially. I think that like Resurrection F is so cool.
I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, I think that's like you should do that this weekend. If you're not busy, you're a busy man. But, let's see if we can get another fight going. Matchmaking for this game, it's just very busy. So we're like, hopefully this person connects. We might not. But
we'll find out.
Oh, here comes a mighty warrior.
Scurvy Mouth is saying Cory in the House is the best anime ever. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
that. Yeah,
they
made some great games based on that too.
Yeah.
So we have a massive game library here at IGN. Obviously, the site's been around for like 20 years. We found a garbage bag, a garbage bag full of Game Boy Advance games. And I started rooting through that.
Oh,
and I'm guessing they got reviewed at some point. Some of them maybe got guides. Game Boy Advance is the most interesting game library because it's like the top crust is like some incredible, wonderful games, and then there is just like mountains of shovelware.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of like, I think I have like Survivor and like X versus Sever and like movies that people forgot about. I feel like there might be one for The Bachelor. Like there's just the worst. Like there's Deal or No Deal. Just the worst games. I keep meaning to do like Let's Plays of just the worst shovelware.
Oh, is he gonna? Oh man! Oh man! This is not going well for me.
Yeah, it looks. Judging by the amount of neon and explosions in the screen, not that was so hot there.
Yeah, I'm struggling. This guy's pretty good. Let's see if I can bring it back. Oh man. Goku Black's my best character, so I'm gonna be pretty bummed if he kills him. There we go. That's
Okay,
better.
Luis Gomez has a great question on the YouTube chat. Who would you pick to be best friends with in Dragon Ball Super?
Whis?
Really?
Yeah, he's a god. He's like a super powerful. Yeah, Whis or Beerus, because they're like people that I feel like I could have they could do a lot of cool stuff that I wouldn't get to do if I was just like friends with Goku.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd probably want to hang out with Yamcha. You hang out with Goku, you're gonna get like killed. You're gonna get your house will get exploded, or he'll eat all your food or something. I don't know.
Or he'll eat all your food. That's a very true statement.
I'd like to be a good friend. I'd like to be part of that crew that's like, it's like Oolong and Puar and Master Roshi and Krillin and like, I guess lunch. Whenever whoever's hanging out at the Kame house, just like sitting around, like drinking beer and like watching TV, and generally being like, oh, trouble's brewing again. Well, anyway, kind of back to normal. Zerfman14 says, is OG Dragon Ball worth watching? Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of filler. Honestly, they never went back and did like a Dragon Ball Kai type of thing where they thinned it out. Again, highly recommend just trying to grab the manga. A lot of it's online. You can read it. You get introduced to all these characters. I mean, Piccolo shows up as a bad guy, and he's basically Satan.
Yeah.
And he spawns like children of himself, and like one of them, Yajirobe eats one of them. Like it's incredible. Like there's so much stuff in there that totally gets kind of like, blown over. You also totally understand the Red Ribbon Army better. Who the hell they are.
Yeah, having seen, like, watching Dr. Zero come in and, like, hate Goku, I didn't really understand that because I hadn't watched Dragon Ball.
Yeah. It made it, like, so much more kind of mysterious, though.
Yeah. Came back. I'll tell you what, we gotta talk about this at least a little bit. You ever watch Dragon Ball Evolution?
You really are incredible, Dad.
Oh, God. Yeah, I watched that, I think. I blocked it out.
One of my friends, when I was like, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and he was like, isn't that really weird, like, movie with the guy that blows air? And I was like, oh no. Like, I didn't realize that there's a universe where somebody's only exposure to Dragon Ball is watching Dragon Ball Evolution. It was a very, like, I have to be like, I don't know if we could be friends.
So what's funny is that's actually the second live-action Dragon Ball movie.
Really?
There is let me look it up. It's called... Yep. It's called Dragon Ball The Magic Begins. It is a Chinese... let's see. It is an unofficial live-action remake of the first Dragon Ball animated film, which is Curse of the Blood Rubies. And yeah, it's a live-action kung fu movie that has like a bunch of Dragon Ball stuff in it. Amazingly, I think it's actually better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not that amazing to me. Not that amazing to me at all.
Yeah.
There's some cool YouTube stuff that you can find like about like Dragon Ball movies. That I like think people fans that do it pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's like not something that can ever really translate to live action.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever needs to.
So the closest thing, Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Have you seen like Stephen Chow's stuff?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
So much of Dragon Ball is like it's like martial arts comedy, and like a ton of old Jackie Chan stuff kind of meets that in terms of like the goofiness of it. But Stephen Chow did like Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle, and he's done a few. I think he's done a few other ones that I want to say almost go into like fantasy stuff. But he's got like actual kung fu moves, but then he also does like throw energy blasts here and there.
Really?
It feels like very much in line with kind of early Dragon Ball.
That's pretty sick. One of the cool things about this game is when you're playing as like Krillin, one of his assists is to throw sensu beams. Yep. That will like give you health. I also like how like he blinds people with Solar Flare. Yeah. Couldn't remember the name of Solar Flare for a bit.
What it's called?
One of his attacks.
Yeah.
Solar Flare. I'm like, nah, I'm low on.
Phantom Hell says Evolution was terrible. I would rather spend a year in a Barbie store with Kim Kardashian.
Jeez.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's a strange pink hell, but
oddly specific too.
Yeah.
Like he really was like, this is the ideal hell, and it's worse that it's better than this.
Did you ever listen to the old like Japanese Dragon Ball Z music?
No.
So they had themes. They had image songs for certain characters, and they were like they're so dorky, and I used to have so many of them burned onto CDs that I would like listen to.
I respect that. I want you to know. I respect that.
But yeah, they're like, you hear bits and pieces of them like throughout the show or like in games and stuff. Oh, look at that! Ah, yes, yes.
I love that attack.
Oh, that's awesome.
No.
Yeah, it was funny. They basically like they'd write songs with like lyrics and stuff about stuff that was going on the show.
Interesting. I've never heard that. That's super funny,
I'll play you one of them. They're very odd. The
we
main
gonna get in
one
trouble?
is like the main theme song. I'm not gonna play it here.
Yeah,
I honestly don't think anyone's gonna like flag it. Or
How
anything.
dare you? We get the finger wave.
Yeah.
So I'm playing some of the characters we didn't cover while we were playing. Piccolo, I haven't actually ever touched in this game. I like Tien quite a bit. I also like the way he's dressed. Although I do want the other outfit.
Yeah, I think they should. They always do that with Tien because he's got like I feel like he's got the most drastically different outfits throughout the show. Mm-hmm. At one point, he just shows up and he's just wearing like green sweatpants and like no shirt.
Yeah. What's your favorite moment in Dragon Ball?
God, single moment.
Yeah, I know. Tough. I can go first.
Throughout the entire. Yeah, what's yours?
Vegeta turning Super Saiyan for the first time, and then killing Infinite. I think that is so cool. Like when he steps on his face and like pulls his arms off.
Dude, yeah, that fight is pretty epic.
Like that whole
Also, when he just kicks Goku's like heart attack body up at like whoever's is like Krillin or somebody.
That's my favorite moment without getting spoilery, because my real favorite moment is in the end of Resurrection F. And anybody who knows, any Vegeta fans that watch that will know the moment that I'm talking about.
Oh god, my favorite. If I gotta pick like a single one, that's so tough because there's like goofy stuff and there's cute stuff. Honestly, I think maybe Trunks showing up.
Yeah, that's such a good pick.
Like as far as like big ones, you know, like that feels like such a kind of a shift in the direction of the series too.
Yeah.
And it's also the most drastically they've ever introduced a character, I think.
Yeah,
he just shows up and he's like powerful, you know.
Yeah.
And up until that point, like, I don't know, you got Raditz, or there'd be kind of gradual. I mean, you know, like. Yeah, like Frieza, they talked about for ages, and you finally see him, and he's like, okay, he's got horns.
That's it. Like, I remember that's like the moment where it's like things just got brought to a new level. Because like, not only is this kid as strong as Goku, which is like thought to believe to be impossible, like Goku's this legendary warrior, but he just made this character that we just spent like 100 episodes with look like nothing. And then he kills his dad, right? Like he kills him in front of his dad and kills his dad.
No, I mean Trunks is straight up like prison rules. Like he shows up and he's like, hey, I'm a new guy.
I think that's definitely a safe call. Yeah, but Vegeta going Super Saiyan and then, like talking about the process that it took for him to go Super Saiyan and like then finally doing it and just like killing everybody is so powerful.
Also the part where like Goku takes off his weights. Is that fighting Raditz? I think.
Yeah.
When he's just like, and it's like that's the first time. It makes more sense if you've gone through Dragon Ball because like Piccolo basically hates him and they're like, fine, this like begrudgingly we'll have a truce, but he's like, is it cool if I take off my boots? And you're like, sure, why? And he just throws them like, boom. You're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's really cool. That is really cool. Again, like a dark horse is when Trunks goes back into the future and just, like we sort of talked about before, just mops up everybody and just kills everybody.
Let's see.
Destructo Disc, great in this game. Does massive chip damage because you can't block a Destructo Disc.
Oh, nice.
So if you block it, it still hurts you.
I love how they incorporate rules from the source material as mechanics, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, the fact that, like the Destructo Disc is like, it's cuts through stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. So it would do that.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. This is some domestic, this is not good. I'm gonna switch out Krillin, that feels weird. I like Piccolo. I like as a character. I like him a lot. I don't know. I haven't used him enough in the game to really get a feel for him. Kicked her through a building. Whoa!
There you go. Let's see. Got a bunch of different chat windows open here. John Doe says, "Would you recommend this game for someone that isn't necessarily the best at fighting games but really likes Dragon Ball?" Totally.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I think they really nailed it here. And if you like it enough, there's like, you know, there's enough like stuff to kind of teach you how to play it, and I don't know, it's like a very solid fighting game. So it's kind of like, you know, there's a shallow end and a deep end of this pool.
I think that you nail it. I don't ever play fighting games. I play Super Smash Brothers, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this is a game that I've gotten pretty good at pretty fast. Like, I've only played about 10 hours of the game, and I can hold my own online. So I think that if you are not, maybe this is a good game for you to come in on.
Yeah. No, I mean the consensus is this is a solid game, you know, and it's gonna grow. The community's gonna grow and stuff. So
it's very good too if you have friends that also like Dragon Ball, because like sitting down with Fred and like
dude,
my other friends that love it, just like
I'm
handing the controller off.
so stoked to have like a party and just have this on in the background.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a lot of fun. So go do it. Kid Buu. What a weird saga. Majin Buu, that saga's just too long.
Yeah, Kid Boo's a lot. I don't like the evil Boo, like the slinky one that comes out of.
God, I forgot about him.
He's gross.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I'm fighting both Boos. I like Fat Boo though. Or First Boo. I don't want to call him Fat Boo.
I love that Mr. Boo is the preferred nomenclature.
Oh, is that?
Mr. Boo, yeah.
He's
I
in
like that he just becomes. That's who I'd be best friends with. Sorry, I said that I would totally hang out with like MS or Roshi's house and stuff. No. I would hang out with Mr. Satan and Mr. Boo.
Yeah, that's
because
a
that
good
would
one.
be like hanging out with like retired professional wrestlers who are like rich as hell and they just sit around and like eating and.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to use Piccolo special here. Hiya! Hellzone Grenade? Yeah, that makes sense. Hellzone Grenade is, I think he does it against 17. Well, that's the first time I ever saw it. That's a super cool attack.
Phantom Hal says, you think this game could be active for at least a couple of months? Other Dragon Ball games died out pretty fast. I think they got it this time.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, like, this stream is presented by Bandai Namco in honor of this game, but like, yeah, I think that the Arc System Works has the pedigree of making fighting games, but they're making a fighting game out of IP that people adore. We had a meeting earlier today about like the best performing content on IGN. I think it was like 7 of the top 10 best performing videos were all Dragon Ball FighterZ. So like people are stoked on this game, and we don't usually see that with a game like end of January. You know, it's usually a pretty slow time of year. And I think the fighting game community is actually going to latch onto this. Look at that!
It's funny.
Oh, that's so good.
Every time. It's funny every time.
I love that Tiana's just like tired.
You know, he's upset. I think he's like, he's bummed his
Really?
best friend just killed himself. Stop doing that. I don't want to have to keep wishing you back. Yeah. But Dragon Ball. Yeah, we're all good. If you're a fan, I think they nailed it. It comes down to the looks for me. This looks exactly the way I want a Dragon Ball game to look. I think we're going to be able to finish this stream up right at the end of this fight. That's a stacked team on the other side. That's a bunch of Gokus.
Oh, you
all
got
different hair
all the
colors.
colors. Yeah. Look at that.
It's like the Goku rainbow over there.
I don't like that at all. Look, you see them all together. It just looks like ice cream. I'm not having that. That's no thank you.
It's the worst ice cream flavor ever. All right, let's go, Krillin. This fight would not last long canonically, but... Ooh, get out of here, Goku. Sorry. I like you a lot, but I gotta beat you up with your friend, Krillin. I also like how Krillin shaves his head.
Yeah.
He does that in Resurrection F.
That's such a great, like...
That's a moment where he, like, turns to 18. He's like, can you cut my hair?
Isn't there, like, a joke about how he uses the Dragon Balls to wish for hair or something?
Oh, that's funny.
I forget if that actually happens or if he just makes a remark about it.
I think somebody made it. No, he shaves.
I mean, it's in the same weird, like, what is going on here exactly? Where, like, oh, your android girlfriend
Is a baby.
has a human baby with no nose? Like, what? But, I mean, there's a joke in there where, like...
Oh, man, this is cool. This is just super. Because Kaioken inside
Too many colors on the screen at once. I don't know. Not having it.
Oh, man, that's
What
really
is that?
cool.
This is insane!
That's his...
Dude!
Oh, my God, it took my whole life bar.
Dude!
Oh, my
Hell
God.
yeah, it did!
That was wild.
You deserved that. That was great. Nice.
Get that Pokemon grenade going. Damn, that was really cool. This game's so cool.
Corgirl says, what do the Dragon Balls that pop up at the bottom of the screen do?
So if you get them at the end of like big combos, and it's like if we're fighting each other and I do a big combo, I get one. If you do a big combo, another one appears. So then whoever when you have 7 Dragon Balls, whoever summons Shenron gets a wish.
What?
Yeah, and you can wish to have all your health back. You can wish to have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can wish to have one of your teammates revive.
Seriously? That's
Yeah.
so it just stops the match in the middle to
Yeah,
be like.
and then Shenron pops up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I actually don't like personally. I don't.
I
Like
feel like
mechanics.
that's the. Can you turn it off in like in
No.
matches? Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh, man.
always on. At least I've never seen
Huh.
it turn it off.
Yeah, I'm dying to see how like pro gamers and like esports people get into this because like I don't know, you see this with like tons of fighting games where people get on like they get down to like frame data and like
Yeah.
hitboxes and crap like that and like they typically don't care about the source material and like which is coolest looking. They're like they're getting a job done
Yeah.
and there's a strategy there and like there's enough there to play with that I'm stoked to see what people do with that.
That's how I want to end the stream.
Man,
Chatsu.
so much for Chaozu.
He's like, no!
Well, that's,
Stop telling him to do that, Tia.
That is Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm Max Scoville. This is Sean Pitts. You can find us both on Twitter. I'm Max Scoville. It's not very original. And you're Sean Twisters. We have a review up on IGN of Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's Mitchell. What'd you give it?
8.5.
8.5 out of
That's
10.
great.
And it's out today. The stream was presented by Bandai Namco in celebration or sponsorship or whatever of Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's a solid game though. It's really cool whether you're into fighting games or into Dragon Ball. It's out there. Check it out. Yeah, we've got lots of guides and tips and stuff on IGN. We'll be back, I don't know, next week with more streaming nonsense and horse apples and nonsuchery. Anything I should plug, Mitchell? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Hope I see you out there, guys.
Yeah. On that note, thank you guys all for watching and hanging out and talking about all these funny anime characters with names after food and the crazy hair. And have a great weekend. Bye.